kind of squid-like tendrils.
No, there's only one.
3 squid-like tendrils make their way out through the hole,
I
gripping the
expect to see you at
sides.
church.
And then,
It's Cthulhu.
what looks like a bit of a head with a sort of bird-like beak. And then the head looks more kind of dragon snake-like with a bird beak. There's tendrils kind of wriggling off the side. It's something weird until you see the dragon-like body, the wings with the little dew claws grabbing the corners of the hole and emerging out onto the battlefield.
Oh.
If everybody would roll me
How the
initiative.
fuck did that fit inside of that fucking tight ass motherfucker?
Oh, you fucker! I have initiative at disadvantage.
Same.
Oh wait, does that even work for?
Oh my god,
Yes.
I rolled a fucking.
I already rolled a check, so at disadvantage, so I got rid of my disadvantage.
I have 3. Does it?
How did I roll a fail? Oh my god.
Mine is a 6.
Does
Actually.
disadvantage apply to initiative?
How did that thing fit in that?
If you haven't rolled anything since that last notice, it will be at disadvantage.
I have a 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. Fuck you.
I have a 12.
You might have to change my order because the second one.
Yep. I got you.
I accidentally rolled
that was my
my
only disadvantage.
artillery piece, because that's going to be my character right now.
Oops. Yeah, we'll just take that as your character.
What?
Alright, let's.
It's not matter. It's not get on the
What is that?
It's also supposed to be a 6 for me.
Oh, it's a 6 for you. Okay.
What is that?
There you go.
What is that, Peter? What is that?
But don't ask questions, just open fire.
Yeah, instead of a response, you just hear, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Over and over and over again.
Alright, top of the turn order. Hachu,
I got first for once.
you are up, my friend.
Oh, I think it's way smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Things in range of my spell sniper, so thank God, because I'm not getting down there. I am not going down there.
I'm trying to Google what the fuck this thing is.
You've been
praying
told what it
people?
is.
Murder bird.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, the first.
Oh yeah, I forgot to hop in stream. And then I'm just gonna post my stuff because it's fun.
If you do
basically
start
I'm
to
a-
get some heavier background noise, just feel free
Yeah, I'll just
to
mute myself.
mute time to time. But yeah, we good.
I might keep myself
go
mute.
on.
Actually, I'm gonna be starting.
Let's go on
this,
push and talk.
No. How about your no shot? Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna post my other stuff that I got. Including that one.
Let's see here. Let me check my audio levels, make sure it's good.
You got all that stuff? Yeah, well, I got this. I'm probably going to get 3 HP, maybe like 6 HP a fight. It's going to be great.
It's gonna encourage you to start using your magical healing now instead of just med packing and IFACing everybody.
I want to save my spells, man.
I'm a
I
cleric
don't know when I'm going to need them.
empowered by Orthodox Russian God. I can heal you with literally the blessing of God. Let me wrap this shitty gauze around your bullet wound.
Oh, I didn't get any new spell slots or anything, did I?
Nope.
Do this. Why are mine so much fucking bigger than everybody else?
Because you're a wizard. Welcome to being a wizard. It is wordsy.
Just remember, whenever you think about doing anything like that, remember about this.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, so last we left off, I do believe Wondrous Company had found their way to the, what is it for the Germans? The, HMS? Or is it the...
They don't use a prefix in this period.
They do not, actually. Is the,
That particular ship would be MV, though, for motor vessel.
I was gonna say.
because it's civilian.
I keep wanting to say SS, but no, it'd be MV Schwabenland, or more specifically the Schwabenland 2, the second German Antarctic expedition that seems to have been launched early. Going to the Falklands, flying out, going on a nice little boat adventure, finding the listening post and realizing it was assaulted and destroyed and properly attempted to be hidden away. You then continued into Antarctica along the last known mapped path that the voyage was supposed to take. You guys spotted the ship, took a nice little combat magic paradrop down to it, investigated the ship, realizing all the crew were dead in various ways, shapes, and forms, and it seems like there was some sort of struggle that resulted in the ship running deeply aground and even through some ice shelf. Also realizing that the radio on board, your kind of secondary primary objective, was also destroyed along with the command shack. Regrouping and continuing back towards where you last know your plane had landed, the seaplane turned soft snow plane, you encountered upon what seemed to be a firefight in a slight gulch or gully. Dropping down into there and getting yourselves involved rather quickly.
Can you believe there were two sides in the middle of this box canyon in the middle of nowhere?
Right. You guys
Man, I
dropped
wonder why they're
down
here.
in, and you encountered your first actual, probably recorded encounter, now that there's actually been survivors, pending you guys make it out of Antarctica to actually debrief. What is known as a Ningen, or a snow sprite, a winter fairy, a snow devil, a lot of different nicknames and iconography for
Potential
them.
cousin.
Potential cousins. Dispatching that, you also effectively, but unfortunately, managed to dispatch what you found to be mostly uniformed German naval infantry. Looking at some of the context clues and uniform bits, the last thing you guys were able to figure out is that these guys were specifically
We had a
German.
guy who we were talking to.
Yep. But looking over the uniforms, you guys realized half of them were just basic naval, kind of disheveled naval uniforms of submariners, specifically U-boat crewmen. The other half were the same U-boat crewmen, but wearing what seemed to be winter combat fatigues, snow camo, helmets, full kit and gear, and seemed to be more like what you would expect of like a ship security team. Something very kind of uncommon, let alone shouldn't really exist for a submarine crew, at least to your knowledge. While looking through them, you guys did recover one gentleman who was very shooketh and scared, very cold. However, thanks to your healing, he is stabilizing and was being spoken with by Wilhelm, where you guys obtained information from him that pointed to the U-boat that they arrived in. They essentially floated along a water channel deep underneath the Antarctic Circle and surfaced up on what they thought was a lake. Turns out it was a much thicker than they anticipated frozen lake that when they surfaced, they seem to have gotten stuck and frosted into it. Since then, deciding to continue their objective, they were adrift, looking around, kind of helplessly for the Schwabenland 2, before they came across what seemed to be multiple encounters with these snow devils. He offered to point you guys in the direction of it and follow along silently, obviously a bit shook and a bit almost on the edge of crazed. However, recovering from the battle, looking over some of the bodies and kind of looking over yourselves, the last note that we left with was you guys all kind of realizing, as I go to the Arctic snow map here, let me resize Leroy and drag him back here with you. As
Yeah,
you're-
he was the sled.
he was being the sled for the time being. As you guys were looking over, Nikos raises his head, and all of you kind of universally notice Torin is a good 100 feet away, walking near what's sort of a frozen stream, a good ways out from the original firefight.
What are you doing over there?
There is not a reply.
I'll start walking my way over to him.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
We already loot everybody? Did we already loot everybody?
No, we did not.
Before I
do
come
that.
before I come over there, I'm gonna take all the single dog tags I've collected and I'm gonna hand them to the one surviving U-boat guy.
He'll take them a little bit shakily in the kind of unfit for combat snow mitten gloves that he's wearing, and kind of tuck them and
Just
start...
open up his shirt and stick him in.
Kind of, yeah. He starts. He actually kind of starts shoving it into the snow schmuck that he's wearing.
You're a schmuck.
You're a schmuck.
You good, Torin?
Oh yeah, I'm all right.
I'm assuming he's like sitting on the edge
Yeah.
of this frozen. I'll just sit down next to you.
Yeah, he's not gonna speak unless spoken to, but he's not one for conversation.
You guys just gonna hang by him for a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright. Nico stands there. Torin kind of sitting down, looking at the edge of this frozen, kind of icy sleep mix with Peter sitting beside you. We'll pan back over to the other three of you as you're looking over. Wilhelm, you're kind of looking to this troop. He's giving you what information he can, and he's, at this point, just kind of complacent and sitting in position, kind of taking in the fact that he did barely survive this. The other two of you are doing additional look over, and let me punch into the information here, what Hachu and Leroy find as you guys look over the bodies.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Nothing yet. I'm just typing in what you guys recovered from all the previous search numbers last session. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Torin goes to drink from his canteen and then remembers that it's wine and sighs.
I got some water.
Yeah, I didn't make that mistake. I'll offer him my canteen.
I want some wine.
I prefer vodka, personally.
You'll take the canteen and take a drink. The polite one, the semi-waterfall sort of drink. Especially with a wine mouth.
Just hand him the canteen as he takes a nice little sip out of it. The two of you kind of looking over the bodies. You collect about 100 rounds of rifle caliber, 6 bolt-action rifles, and 4 MP-18 SMGs, including 2 stick grenades. Same as a normal grenade stat, but they come with an additional +10 feet of thrown distance.
I mean, wine also might help you relax a bit too.
Grenades and submachine guns.
Submachine guns might be useful, but I feel like none of us actually want a Mauser.
He's gonna look over at you, Nikos, and then just start chugging from the canteen. Do you ask him to stop?
I'm gonna kind of reach over and just pull it down and say, it is not good to overindulge, even in situations like this.
Don't tell me what to do. I know my limits.
I'd say you got about half of it. DM, do I need to roll con?
Of the alcohol or the water?
Oh no, the wine.
Oh, you're drinking
Nikos
the
said
wine.
that drinking it
Okay.
would help him calm down.
Give me a give me a Constitution. Just straight up Constitution roll.
Fuck.
Hello?
Torin, it posted. It might just you might need to refresh the whole page, but it posted.
Oh, there's 100 ones.
Oh, don't worry
Scroll
about
past all of those. That's fucking Peter
Did I just crit
being
fail the Constitution check?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So
That
he
may have
gets
been
a
a bad
couple
idea.
sips down as he looks at you. Obviously, being a kobold doesn't exactly have lips. It's more like where the jaw is able to clamp and close, kind of like a snake. And you see some of the wine kind of run down the side of his cheek, and then a moment later, eyes go a little bit thinner, and the last 2 days of your stomach just comes up with it on top of the ice.
Oh.
Fucking red all over the ice.
Wine a la rich.
Wine, a little bit of human flesh, a little bit of oats and meal. It's ration food.
You're right, Nikos. I feel much calmer now. Thank you.
That may have been a bit too much.
Like I said, you should not overindulge. Do you want to talk about it, or still just sit maybe a few feet away from this pile now?
He's gonna shuffle to the away from the.
That awkward
Away from the
butt and
vomit.
ankle shuffle to the side.
I'm just trying to figure out why I'm so good at killing people.
You're a berserker.
Some just have a warrior spirit.
I wasn't even trying this time.
Trying to kill the monster?
Yes, but it's 20 now.
The number of people you have killed.
Yes.
I think you should not be counting the people that the monster killed here.
That's still a lot without them.
You have read many history and legends books, yes?
You could say that. A couple. 100,000. Who knows? I've lost count.
how many of those people in the history books do you think actually enjoyed killing the people they had to?
Actually, there's quite a few, but I understand what you're getting at.
Yeah, you're in the party with a couple.
Damn. Hachu only likes talking to dead people.
Hachu just
Not the living, just the dead.
poking his head up with that little nugget, just like, and then goes back down to surgeon.
Is it? I just shout out, "Hey, anybody want a submachine gun? We got 4 of them." Shout it out.
I'm just trying to get my head around it because before this, all of my knowledge is practical, not even applied. I wasn't expecting to wind up here, and I wasn't expecting to be good at it. But what I've knew, everything I did before, it feels lesser because of what I'm doing now.
What do you mean it feels lesser? Like, all that knowledge you have accumulated means nothing because of what you are doing now?
I still have it. I just don't think I could go back to the way I lived my life before.
I mean, you probably cannot, but I doubt any of us can ever go back to the way our lives were before. That is
That's
the nature of life.
Yeah. Things change.
Yes, they do.
It is. The hardest thing is not taking a life, my young friend. It is in discovering whether you enjoy it or not.
Don't.
And I would not, I would not go down that path if I were you.
I understand. I feel like I should feel worse.
Well, it'll come. It'll come. But you must be able to recognize it when it happens.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
As the sled is pulled up and all the appropriate gear, some of the extra winter attire is collected, you seem to notice that the German soldier has finally gotten back up and is starting to make his way over towards one of the other troops and is taking the wooden handled stiff shovel off the back of the gear and is starting to kind of not as well as he'd probably like, but is trying to sift through the snow and ice mix and is starting to try to dig downward. Not frantically, but kind of in that way that's like aimless and not really structured.
I got a shovel. I mean, I'll start helping him dig also.
Torn's gonna stand up. He's gonna do the thing where he slaps his knees, like, yeah, like that's the end of this conversation. And he's gonna look at Peter and go,
I've got to.
Gee golly, there goes my trauma again.
Well, I better collect myself a couple of hats from this.
Let me know if you want to take confessional sometime, Torn.
But you
It does a
know
lot of good for the soul.
That would be awkward.
Just think about it.
why is the German digging?
I know, I can understand.
For all the bodies?
Oh yeah, weren't we collecting all the? Wasn't someone collecting all the bodies up here?
I was.
Yeah, they were doing kind of a body collection. As Nico starts digging next to him, you realize he's trying his best to make some individual trenches, and as he starts to get there, he starts to huff a little bit and starts to try to start digging towards your trench that you're making as well, Nikos, and it seems like he's getting a bit frustrated and trying to go more for large grave rather than individual ones, realizing how long it's starting to take. His hands obviously are all cold and kind of frostbit.
Wilhelm, can you tell him to rest?
I would have so, yes.
Forgot I was muted for a second there. Sit down. He's got it. Hachu, you're large, right?
He is statted as a large creature, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Enlarge on you, so you're now a what would that be? Huge creature?
That would be.
Oh.
What is the D&D stat larger than huge? Let me double check.
It only goes up one size, so it'd be small, tiny, small, medium, large. I think huge, gargantuan.
Let me double check here. We have an actual. Let's see. Yeah, tiny, small, medium, large. So you go to huge. So already being about 15 feet long, fully outstretched, you're like 20 to 22-ish feet, somewhere in that realm now.
What? Why? What is this?
Why is the snake?
Now you can go faster. Don't want to be here too long.
And here, I thought you were supposed to get smaller in the cold.
Examples of this is according to this chart, Tyrannosaurus Rex or a medium adult dragon.
I'll go with the fully grown wyvern.
Yeah, full-grown wyvern. You're a proper big snake.
That's concerning.
I don't like this. Let's hurry this up, please.
Hey, DM, do any of these guys have cool hats?
Give me investigation.
Wow.
So, two of them have these kind of like hand-knit sort of what you would eventually come to know as a beanie. Kind of like a watch cap of sorts. Kind of like naval beanies. One of them has what's left of a kind of more frazzled and got a whole lot of Irish pendants on it, and it's all frizzy. Used to be white, but is now a sort of matted gray kind of beret. But not like the regular berets, like the I always forget if they have an actual name, but like the naval style, like band that goes across the head and it's all flumpy on top type of beret. Naval style hats.
You mean, yeah, it's a...
I always forget the name of those. They got a specific style, but they're the flumpy naval hats.
It's not a beret.
I thought it was in the class of a beret, but I always forget the name of them.
Okay.
And then you also collect a... Let me double check here, make sure I get it correct. I'd like to know which one. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I was right. Haha. You find one with a kind of white painted, kind of like lead white paint, quickly painted, one of the elven German Stahlhelms, which, as if the German helmet didn't already have a wider kind of ear shape to it, these ones have doubly wide to accommodate the elven ears.
Wow, that's weird. Cool. I'll take it. Wait, what was the name of that Italian thing?
Of the flumpy naval hat?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Did you happen to find it, Peter? I'm
looking
for
it up. I'm looking it
I'm
up.
trying to find.
I should know this.
I
But
should
it's
too.
Italian.
Pull that up.
It's
No,
German.
It's
Oh, it's
Or actually, it's not even
British. It's a
German.
British-
yeah.
It's a British hat.
I'm trying to remember that specific one. A Dixie cup?
No, a Dixie cup is the U.S. Navy one.
Yeah, that's the U.S. Navy one.
It's the one this guy's wearing.
Yeah.
Post pick roll, but I can't. In-game images.
Soviets
might as well.
also wear them.
Yeah, it comes
British
from
wear 'em.
it comes from the Royal Navy.
Yeah. The Kriegsmarine wore them, or at least a couple of them did.
Everybody except the United States Navy.
Pretty much, yeah. Every country, Chinese and Japanese, everybody had that
It
same.
just had to be different.
Yeah.
Well, we used to wear them too, but in the 40s, the Dixie Cup became popular.
Yeah.
We actually
Oh,
the Dixie Cup was originally only for machinist mates.
That's a pork pie hat.
Pork
That's
pie.
not what it's called. No, that's not what it's called.
That's not what it's
No.
called.
That guy looks like a fucking schmuck.
But yeah, you find one of these. It's a little worn, and you can see written across the front of it, Kriegsmarine.
I mean, I apologize if this guy's watching. I apologize.
He's carrying an
Oh,
L86.
Are you talking about the hornpipe hat?
Is that it? The hornpipe?
Hornpipe.
Hornpipe. 'Cause now this is history. We should know this.
What is
Yeah,
it?
that's what it looks like it is.
What did you
from
say it had
Google
written on
anyway.
it?
It says Kriegsmarine across the front of it, which you understand to be German for naval troop.
Yeah, hornpipe hat.
Oh yeah, it is a hornpipe. Hey, good job. How's
Right.
the Air Force know this? Holy
Sorry
shit.
for the hat derailment.
No,
I'm really good at Googling.
yeah. No, that was good. So you find yourself
Force
a
is-
Kriegsmarine hornpipe. So add that to your inventory, as well as 2 knit beanies and a elven modified
Well,
Stahlhelm.
We're not taking the beanings. Those are lame.
Aw. Alright.
freaking use it.
Continue
Well, I
another
can't
round.
use it right now because I'm the size of a small Godzilla. So
I like them thick.
oh nah. Help!
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me. Let's see if I can find a good picture of it. Yeah, here we go. Here's a good,
Talk about the Stahlhelm?
here's a good snowy lead painted Stahlhelm.
Stahlhelm.
Abnormally large for you, considering it's cut out to fit on an elf's head with ears, but looked like a Lord helmet in the snow. But yeah, now that you are huge, what do, Hachu?
Yeah, tell everybody to hitch a ride and we're getting out of here once they're done with that whole.
I thought he was making you big to help you dig.
Yeah.
To help dig.
Oh, I thought you were trying to hitch a ride with me to get out of here. You idiot.
No, I was doing that to help dig. Because if you're a huge creature, it'll go a little bit faster. Plus, you'll get an extra 1d4 on strength checks.
Yep.
Oh great, I'll have an average strength check instead
Roll
of
me,
a bad one.
roll me
And
2
you have
flat
advantage on
strength
strength
checks.
All right.
Advantage.
Oh, he does get advantage.
Okay,
Yep,
add
it's
advantage. And then how many?
We just add a +4 to it. Give me 2 of them.
Oh, yeah. The actual technical term is unironically sailor's hat.
Oh.
Oh, so
Really?
that's what I get. That's a strength save. I rolled the
Hey.
wrong freaking thing.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
We'll count that one. It's the same modifier because you don't have strength.
The modifier is just +1.
Hey.
Wow, the same thing.
Make sure you
That's
turn
strength
off
rolls
the
in a row.
advantage, but yeah, that nat 20 is more than enough for you to kind of circle in place and scoot, and for a half moment you start looking like a kind of hognose snake with arms and the way that you're digging, but you're able to make a good sizable trench, not just in snow, but deep enough to where you actually start hitting earth and terrain. Before you're able to slither your way out and kind of nestle beside it. You notice you're giving off a bit more heat now too, which feels kind of good to you. And without really saying anything, the crewman walks over and carefully starts dragging the bodies and setting them in there as carefully as he can. And he seems to take a little time to do that.
Okay. Not to continue the well, actually yes, to continue the derailment, but a pork pie, a square rig, and a hornpipe are all different subvariants, and a bocce are all different subvariants of the generic British sailor's cap.
Huh. Duly noted.
So, I do want to say that the whole time he's doing this, I still have my gun. I've lowered one of them, but the other one's kind of just at my hip, but aimed out at him.
Understandable. He doesn't really seem to take offense to it or really notice it. He seems a lot more preoccupied on getting all the bodies into there.
Is that really necessary, Wilhelm?
I would like all of you to give me insight as you're watching this guy, who you can tell is choosing to move the bodies himself. I would like everybody to give me insight.
Oh, why is that on?
Turn off that
I don't know why
advantage.
I know, I think I clicked the wrong button. So it was
13 either way.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh.
Funnily enough, Leroy, you're the only one that kind of picks up on this. While they're talking to each other and kind of quietly notioning about having his weapon out still, even though the guy is disarmed and obviously grieving crewmen and dragging him into a ditch. Leroy, you're kind of able to... Leroy, you're able to look and you notice he's being a bit less respectful, not quite disrespectful, but he's being a bit more aggressive, particularly with the two elven infantry that were among the group. He's kind of letting them drop in a little bit heavier and less ceremoniously. And you can definitely tell because the two after one of them, he's very careful with again and very proper with. As he starts to climb back out of the ditch and grabs one of the shovels and starts shoveling some of the terrain back in.
Lean over to Wilhelm and say, don't you find it kind of odd that he is treating the bodies, or not treating the bodies with the same level of respect as if they were equals?
What do you mean?
Well, there's obviously.
I don't know if you noticed, Piotr, but he seems to be treating the bodies of the elves with some disdain.
I mean, that doesn't really surprise me if you look at it. He's let's just say that the ideology that he follows is very it's
racist, speciesist.
It's elitist. We'll say it's elitist is probably the best thing I could put. It puts others above. It puts people like himself above others.
I mean, I follow a similar philosophy. No disrespect to the present company involved, but he seems to take it to another level.
It doesn't surprise me. Germans have always been extreme in their beliefs a lot of the times. I say that as a German who's been extreme in his belief. But these Nazis are another breed.
Is this one Nazi?
What was that?
I said, is this one Nazi?
I mean, he wears the uniform, but so would anyone in their military. In the German military. Many communists wore the Tsar's uniform and you never saw them.
Would you say then that every German we come across is going to be a Nazi?
I mean, do I look like a Nazi to you? Do I have any...
I don't know, are you?
Paraphernalia on me?
I
As
don't
you
know.
say
It could be
that,
for all
there
we know.
is a Iron Cross and various current issue German iconography on various bits and pieces of your uniform.
But the Iron Cross is different from.
It is.
Yeah, but we don't know this. For all we know, you could be a closet Nazi.
It's valid. Valid.
Moonlights in the
But
Nazi. Just
you of all people, Leroy, know that I'm not a closet Nazi, given the fact of you knowing my backstory. Part of it.
If things shaked out a little different for you, perhaps you would be wearing the same uniform as them. Who knows?
I would probably be wearing a different uniform than them, but I would be wearing.
You're right,
a
it would
jersey.
have much more bling.
Oak clusters with diamonds.
Giant black crosses all over my uniform.
And maybe a hussar's death head.
Broke turned into Kirito.
Regardless,
You guys, he's burying his friend. Stop laughing.
I would also not show
Where's some of
disdain
them
for
are
my
his
brothers
friends?
in arms. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care about your economic status or your political affiliations or things like that, as long as you fight alongside me.
Can someone make Hachu normal sized again? He's making me
All right.
uncomfortable.
As he goes to
A booming voice
rebury
comes from
them,
him.
I'm
What
gonna
do
come
you
over
mean,
here.
puny?
And Hachu is now the superior reptile. I'm gonna come over, and I'm gonna,
I was going to say the
perform,
superior reptiles. In my pants.
rights
All right.
over them again as he covers them, or after.
Quickly, let me
he's
talk to
covering
him.
them.
As he's down on both of his knees, he kind of looks over to you as he's making the
Wipes some
final
incense.
pushes of snow over it, and he kind of looks at you, and there's a half moment of
Make the
you
sign
get
of
the
the
notion
cross, you know.
he wants to stop you, because give me a quick history check, Peter.
He's a Lutheran!
Yeah, he's a Lutheran.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do the helmet?
Hey,
on the
I'll have
gun
you.
thing?
I'll have you know that Lutherans and Orthodox have a completely not give a shit history with each other.
They
So
have
it's-
no rivalry whatsoever.
there is no rivalry. They
He's,
do not care.
He
They
doesn't
both
seem
hate
to
the Catholics
be.
together.
He doesn't seem to be so worried about the fact that you're, thankfully, not really Catholic, but it might be a little bit more of the Central versus Eastern European, like, the Slavic blessing. But it seems like he's kind of taking it and saying, okay, and abiding, and sits back fully and lets you do your thing. You do the cross symbol, you burn a little incense, chant a little bit of prayers and psalms.
Be a little prayer for you.
After that's over, I'm gonna go up to Wilhelm and I'm gonna tell him to tell the sailor these are not the first Germans I have had to bury.
What a weird.
I
thing to
look
say.
at him.
In a
I-
kind sense, not in
What a
a
weird flex.
threatening to kill people sense.
Well, you can take that one way or the other. I don't know what he's gonna think about that, but hey,
Make sure to translate that tone inflection.
By the way, two things. Number one, Hachu, the enlarge only lasts for 1 minute. So after that's gone, you're done being large.
Boink.
And then I literally disdainfully look at the guy, and in like a almost I don't care attitude, I just tell him he's had to bury and give last rites to Germans before.
There's a slight squint, and then he seems to err on the side of hopefully they don't mean that aggressively. He's a man of the cloth. I didn't see him actually shoot his weapon, even though it's on him. So he seems to kind of note, like, okay, hopefully my guys weren't just blessed by their killer. And he seems to kind of cling to that thought and give a couple nods as he gets up, and is kind of standing there with the shovel in hand, looks at the shovel, looks to you, looks back at the
Bashes
shovel,
his own head in.
and kind of reaches his hand straight out to the side slowly, and looks to you with a, like, approve, disapprove, keep shovel, do I not get to keep shovel?
Go ahead and keep it. I don't care. As long
I
as you
use
don't
my
use it.
shovel.
He gives a little bit of a nod and reaches behind his back, will click it into his gear. You can tell the reason he took someone else's shovel is he has a pouch for the shovel head, but obviously had lost his shovel at some point in time, so replenishing that seems to give him a little bit of, like, hey, got part of my kit back.
Did we collect any shovels out of the gear of the guys who were buried, or no?
I don't think so. We have a list up there.
You
Yeah, I don't
collected
know
a
if
lot
Admin
of
was
weapons and some ammo?
I don't know if Admin was thinking about that at all, though, at the time.
I
So.
was actually.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I won't make you guys roll insight for it because it's more kind of funny and ironic. You realize only one of them had a shovel, and he currently has that shovel. Everyone else had pouches for their shovels, but didn't have shovels in their pouch.
Where'd you post this gear list at?
It's further up.
It's in the chat further up above your failed con save.
I wish you could reply to messages in this chat.
But 100 rounds of
Has
German
anybody
rifle, bolt actions, 4 MP18s with assorted ammo, 2 stick
Is
grenades.
Has anybody searched these M tricks? Swimming tricks.
Snow cats.
Ah, that. They look like Amtraks, to be honest.
They're downsized Amtrak / Snowcats. I couldn't find the model of that actual, like,
Amcats.
German Snowcat thing that they had, so I just went with these guys.
I assume
But,
they're totaled.
Yes, it doesn't take a very difficult look at all to realize one is flipped and the other one's on its side. They are burnt, they are disheveled, they are absolutely riddled on either the belly or along the side with horns and needles and chunks of bone and other debris. It seems their little convoy here got attacked via almost looks like L-shaped ambush of thrown horns and bits of bone before they came to a stop, and something larger blew up next to them. Not so much explosion-like, but more like detonation of snow outwards, like an explosion of force, tipping them over or damaging them or destroying components on them.
Well, let's see if there's anything salvageable in them then, shall we?
Give me investigation with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Is anybody going to join me on this, or is it just me?
I'll take
Yeah,
the other
I'll do
one.
it.
Alright. Ooh.
So disadvantage,
Ooh.
investigation. God damn.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh hey, at least I didn't get a worse one than the other. Got the same damn thing.
What are you looking for?
Anything that could be of use.
I don't know.
Stuff. You like looking
Yeah.
for things.
Do I
Money.
have disadvantage on this?
You
Is
get
everyone?
disadvantage as well, yep.
We're sifting
this-
through the ashes. I'm looking for, truthfully, I'm looking for like a giant breaker bar or shovels or something like that. General,
that-
like, utility pieces of kit.
I
But,
don't
you know,
think that-
anything that I find.
I don't think that new perk would apply.
I just don't want to be used as a sled
sled
again.
It would apply, well, you're
Your
talking
call.
about the newest perk?
Yeah, your call. I think because you're looking for contents and not actual operations.
Sir,
Yeah,
I need
you're
to
looking
use your
for
forward voice.
you're looking for content instead of that, so it'd be yeah, you'd be at disadvantage. Damn. Well, Peter and Torin are on the one, I guess, that explains their roles. As you guys are looking it over, Peter's got the right idea. You're trying to look for maybe some of the external tools or something that usually comes on vehicles where they'll be mounted on the outside. And you're trying to look
Breaker
under
bars,
the side that's
shovels.
buried over. You're looking on the back. seems like the tools are mostly damaged or broken, not really of use. Torin's head kind of pokes over, having climbed up on the other side of it. The one working tool with that 15 roll just exactly meets. It would be a full-size shovel with a T-handle, one of those really nice ones, but it's more like a kobold-sized shovel with no T-handle and splintered end. Instead of a 4-foot-long wooden shaft, it's got a 2-foot-long wooden shaft, but the shovel head is still perfectly fine.
Are any of the other tools like moderately damaged type stuff? And can we find the other end of that shovel?
The other end of the shovel is in the slot. It's just snapped in half, essentially.
I know what you're gonna do.
It's a cantrip. I haven't had the chance to use it. Damn it.
Look, I found the shovel. It's broken.
And for the other, for any of the other tools in a state that I could perhaps
None
cast
of the
mending on them.
others are either on there anymore, or are underneath the vehicle, or just not present, or damaged beyond any reasonable use. But you do
Alright,
got a big old shovel.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 2 pieces of shovel from Torin, and I'm gonna make the sign of the cross and cast mending to fix them. So we have a full size.
Holy
shovel now.
Orthodox magic from the Urals itself gives a nice little shimmer and then a cracking wood sound as you turn this 2-foot, technically 3-foot long shovel back into its original 5-foot shovel with that really nice U-shaped kind of T-handle at the end.
Wow. You've got a shovel now.
Would have been useful about 10 minutes ago.
You can bury it. It's longer than I am.
I'll take it and just kind of sling it over my shoulder, like, you know.
You may add
Hold it up over my shovel.
to your
Shovel.
inventory. I will now have to update your model to look like Wilhelm with a pickaxe and shovel on your back.
We're slowly becoming more laden down with stuff.
Always.
Give me a sneak check. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Don't worry, I electrical taped everything. I won't make any noise.
He starts walking. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
The fucking rubber boots from SpongeBob, because you're wearing the high Cossack boots. Oh man.
Ugh.
You have acquired shovel. However,
with various magical items.
However, nothing else really here. With the body's now buried, the weapons now acquired and properly rolled up in a kind of like laid out sack and roped onto the side of your little toboggan, your little sled. Having acquired a shovel and weaved it into your backpack, you're all able to reconvene. He's just kind of standing there, keeping his hands in his jacket, kind of keeping warm. It seems he gets the impression he is now designated map and low-key kind of prisoner and is abiding by that sort of social status, if you will. As he looks to all of you, particularly to Wilhelm, and gives
Wilhelm,
a bit of
does
a
he-
head bob.
Wilhelm, does he know where his boat is?
He says it's to the east and he can lead us there. And I think that would be a great idea, especially since now we have somebody who can pull our sled.
Ask him how far it is. It might be better for us to fly there.
In German. How far is your U-boat from here?
He looks at the destroyed snowcats and then kind of looks back outwards, seeming to think for himself for a moment. And he'll kind of look to you kind of quietly under his breath and give a kind of reluctant, maybe hour and a half walk.
It's not terrible.
Walking pace or trudging pace?
Walking pace.
Normal walking pace, so.
Ask him if we can land a ski plane there.
I don't know the. I don't know the German word for ski plane. That sounds like it'd be very specific.
I'd assume it's the word ski, German word for ski, and the German word for plane slapped together like the Germans do with all their words.
Yeah, I thought you Germans had a bunch of crazy words like that.
There's definitely a word for it.
There's some time that I can literally just say plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there space around there to land a plane with sleds on the bottom?
He
Oh, that's freaking lazy.
he'll step up a little bit closer and kind of squat down in place, and he'll kind of draw a little roughly in the snow here. Let me get a color here, and I'll just color next to you guys. He draws kind of a bigger circle, and then he draws sort of a shape on the side and kind of scribbles around it, noting that that's the U-boat, notes to you that that is the lake, and then notes that there is a ridge that runs kind of like this, and a ridge that runs sort of like this.
Oh shit, he's drawing over there.
That kind of looks landable.
Looks much like the place where the Schwabenland was.
He gives a big shrug, and he'll kind of point with like almost a full mitten fist up in this part. And then give another small shrug.
I think we should fly there, and even if we do not land, we can at least see, you know, if the submarine is destroyed by these creatures.
Second.
Okay, so south then?
Said east, didn't he?
No, that's where the
plane
thing
landed
is.
to
Our
the
plane is
south.
We still need to find our pilot. Who?
I look at him and I basically say, we're gonna head to the south first.
Do you think he knows who or what we are? Neither of us are particularly flying colors, but our pilot is very,
Yeah.
very,
He's British? He's British, right?
Yeah.
very
We are not
British.
here. We are not here in any secret sense, so... And we are not at war with Germany.
That is a good point.
Personal vendettas and wars, maybe. It's not openly. The OSS is not openly at war with Germany now.
At the very least, we can hopefully trade him for some radio components.
I was
And
thinking
perhaps
about
get
that
the perhaps get these Germans to call off their wolf pack.
I think that would be good. But we'd have to have them call off the wolf pack before we got the radio components from them.
We make it part of same deal.
He gives a little bit of a understanding. He seems to be picking up on some of the parts of your guys' conversation, but will give a very slow, heavy nod and motion for you to take lead. And I'm assuming you guys will start continuing your way southward.
Gotta find that pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like each of you that are trying to find the way to roll me nature.
There's no nature out here, it's all ice.
Oops. Should we go with the better number?
Yeah. Make sure you turn off
Let's
your
go!
disadvantage. Damn, Nikos.
He's in his element, even if it is frozen.
Snow,
Yeah, it's just the
water,
wrong state.
same
But I
thing.
know water.
It is water adjacent.
Bill Nikos the science. Water.
Nice save.
And you could call them the science gin.
Ah, the science yeah.
There we go.
Nikos the science gin. Science is cool.
Nico.
Nico, Nico.
Nico's just-
Hello, everybody. Nico the science guy here. We're gonna look at Pompeii, literally exploding behind him.
Oh shit!
We're gonna be exploring Doggerland.
Today we find the third layer of Tartarus, and we fill it with elephant paste.
The hell is elephant paste? I probably shouldn't ask.
It's it's an ever expanding paste that as long as it has oxygen, it keeps growing.
Well, it's not. It requires other stuff.
Other stuff too, but imagine turning an entire realm into elephant paste realm.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
That's something we should come across. Section of the Deep Dark is just elephant paste.
Yeah,
and the people who live there have this story about this insane, like, German or Frenchman or something who just came down there.
Deep inside some sort of temple, and instead of a boulder running after you and it collapsing, it's just slowly filling with paste behind you as you're running out.
Yeah, instead of the STP, the flesh that hates, it's the foam that hates.
The foam that eats. It's the blobs from Incredibles.
It literally sounds like a kid's science project. It's like a demon brought his kid to work day.
Welcome to Aperture's Laboratories. Ever expanding foam. Yeah. So, thanks to Nikos and his insane ability, all the rest of you failed the check, by the way, so thank Nikos.
What was the DC?
16.
16.
So all of you think you know where you're going, but the silent and true Nikos, who you're assuming somehow just knows, he can feel it.
He knows.
He is one with the water, and the ice is just water.
He feels it in his icy bones, just leads you guys straight through. And soon enough, you see on the horizon the little red airplane wings. And as you get closer, you see the ugly engine on top and the shape. And sitting beside it with a little fire going is your pilot. He seems just kind of chill, kind of happy, smoking what seems to be his last cigarette. Looks over to you. And slowly is leaning more in his seat and tilting his head a little bit more, as it seems like he's doing a head count over and over and over until he gets closer. And he starts to put a hand a little bit towards his hip and kind of gives a head bob like, "Seventh guy, he with you?" Sort of head nod.
He's friendly.
Well, no, he's not. I literally have had a gun trained on him the whole time we're walking.
Oh.
He's friendly
We
enough.
come bearing loot. And then I'm just going to dramatically gesture to the prisoner.
I thought you were talking about the extra stuff you had on your sled. You took a prisoner. Why is he German? Well, I mean, why is he German army?
How much briefing did you get when we came here?
As much as I've ever gotten on the Falklands. There's U-boats in the area.
He's from a U-boat.
Huh. So he's not from the Swimland, the Shrimmy ship.
Schwabenland.
No, they're all dead.
Oh. Where'd he come from?
The rescue party that the Germans sent.
It didn't look like a rescue party. They had a lot of guns.
If you knew that there were giant icemen that flung horns at people, would you not bring guns?
Is that what those little, I guess, snow devils were floating around?
Bah, well, some of them.
You see, shortly after I landed, a little something happened that I was kind of hoping you'd actually find me, and because I think you might be a little more mechanically inclined among the, I don't know, collection of you. And he kind of motions with a thumb upwards twice. All of you who would like to, give me investigation. Torin, you may use your perk.
This scene created specifically for the perk.
That's what is that? That's a 23.
God damn.
Nope.
Somehow Nikos is fully in tune with
I'm locked
this
in.
alongside Torin. The two of you just instantly are able to ID. Well, nothing seems wrong with the engine. The props seem fine. The intake is fine. There's a little bit of soot where there's supposed to be. There's no oil leaks visible. There is a secondary exhaust hole. Why is there a second exhaust hole? And you look at it a little closer, and both of you kind of realize at the same time almost up on your tippy toes, looking over the edge of the wing. What you can assume to be a short piece of antler or bone got flung into the engine at rather high velocity.
Yep, that would do it.
How did you manage to let this happen?
Okay, listen, little orange, Tarn. As soon as I hit the snow and started to slide, if it makes you feel better, I dodged the other, what felt like 100 that came at me.
It does make me feel slightly better.
So
You are
I
probably
only
lucky
took
to be
one.
alive.
I don't. Don't remind me. We still have all the glass, so it won't be a cold flight. That said, I don't think it hit any major components because it's able to start up and turn off. But I don't know enough about this engine to trust myself to start digging into it. So if you want to give it a look over, if it can get us back to the boat, then I got no worries or complaints. But before I actually try to take off with anyone inside, I'd trust you all to look at it before I did.
If it's just simple, I can cast mending again.
Kobold is going to frustratedly begin trying to climb up onto the wing.
Give me
I'll help you out.
dexterity. Give me
Can I-
dexterity
can I,
with
you know,
advantage.
Yeah, I'm standing there, got my hands and the fingers interlaced to give you a step up onto the fuselage.
Shiva!
17.
Hey! Yeah, you're able to lift them up almost like you're kind of two-hand assisting a little kid up and over a fence. You get them up on top of the wing with little clanks.
Thanks for the...
I'll let you handle that. This is a bit out of my depth.
Angry kobold opening engine cowling noises.
Give me a tool roll.
Tool?
Roll your tools. Do you have tools on your character sheet? I believe you have repair tools, do you not? Or tinker's tools?
I thought we discussed it, but I don't think I wrote it down.
It should be on your sheet towards the bottom left. Where your languages and stuff are.
Worst case scenario, I have like every type of tools.
That too.
Oh, no, I've got... Oh shit, it's like navigator's tools. I've got that shit. I forgot I had that shit.
That works.
A lot of map stuff.
You're telling me we could have completely avoided the whole getting lost in the snow thing? We didn't even have to roll for that.
Hee.
Torrent's digging through his little bag and he's like, oh, I have a map of Antarctica!
Compass, a protractor, an elevation map converter.
He's not going to share this with the party.
Oh, don't worry, I took care of it.
You're lucky. You're too high up for us to be able to tell what you find.
He's like, oh shit! He fucking puts it away.
Torin, roll me a intelligence and a sleight of hand. Ooh.
Okay.
20 and 21. Okay, cool. That more than enough passes. Holy crap. Yeah, you pop the side panel off, you use what tools you got on hand, you start digging in, start wiggling your nubby kobold claws into there, and very quickly find that two lines running inside are nearly cut, but not fully, to where you could arguably take like a match beside it and kind of meld it back.
I can mend them.
Or you could even magically mend them, but it didn't seem to actually rupture any of the lines or hit any major components. And then you're able to rub, kind of wriggle your arm in a little bit deeper, and you find the bit of what you quickly identify to be very icicle sharded sort of bone fragment that you're able to pull out of it with a bit of a rattle and hold in your hand.
You have no idea how lucky you are.
He'll call over the side of the wing.
Pilot kind of looks up at you from his sitting spot that he's got going. Oh, yeah?
You almost lost your fuel lines.
Oh, that'd be awful bad, wouldn't it?
A little bit.
Have to swim home.
It in flyable condition though?
Yeah, it's fine. He's just really lucky.
Ah,
You want me to cast Mending on the damaged ones?
you can try to fix it yourself, Torn, or you can pass this to Peter to
It's a cantrip for me, so.
cantrip it.
Torrent's gonna poke his head over the edge of the wing, which I think is like 8 feet up.
Yeah.
Be like,
Hey, wanna do that spell thing? But like up here.
Nikos, can you help me up?
Sure. What should I roll for that?
That would be strength from you, Nikos, and dex from you, Peter.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I don't get advantage on this shit. Taking the left one.
it's 20.
Oh.
Hey! Get better with your deck toggles, you gluttons. Yeah, he's able to lift you up pretty easily, literally spear and shield still in hand as he does so, just kind of whoop,
Standing on the shield.
probably on the bottom of the shield, just kind of elevators you up. Yeah, you're good to go.
Alright, yeah, so I'll
Like that.
come over and cast Mending. It fixes any hole. I guess I'll cast it on each one individually, or would that be one cast? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. 'Cause
It'll
we're
only
out
be
of
one
combat.
cast, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
you're
heals
able to-
any hole. Heals any hole no larger than 1 foot.
Wow. That's a
So
the butthole.
that's not how it works.
Mend butt crack.
The best spell. Remove belly
me
button.
after I eat Taco Bell.
Oh god. Speaking of Taco Bell, it smells like spicy food coming from the kitchen. Oh man, I smell salsa. Yeah, that's straight up tortillas and salsa. What the fuck? That smells good.
You're making me hungry.
I know, I'm getting hungry too. You put your hand over and you mend the 2 lines, but they weren't severed, but they were nicked enough that it could have led to a eventual tear. But now they're good to go. They're nice. Torn's able to pop the sides back on. How do you guys dismount the top of the plane?
Now our single engine won't light on fire while we're flying over the
Yeah,
coldest
I'll
ocean
also
in the world.
repair the hole in the side so there's just no visible damage whatsoever.
Nice. Alrighty. Yeah, imagine if the only engine that is nestled directly above the cockpit caught fire.
Flyer.
So
Don't we want it to be a flyer?
Not when you're flying and on fire.
Cobble's gonna do the thing where he goes to the edge of the wing, hangs off the edge, and then drops.
Give me dexterity save.
Yeah, I'm just kind of gonna slide off the side.
Give me a dex save as well, Peter.
Woohoo! 2!
So everybody is able to see Torin look like the 6-year-old trying to climb down the side of a Playmaster, where he sits on his butt with his legs hanging, rolls over onto his stomach, and then slowly slinks his stomach and chest over the edge of the wing on one of the flaps until just his hands are hanging there, and then looks down and lets go. And it's not a ceremonious land, but you barely are able to save yourself because when you land on your feet, you're about to fall backwards, and your tail catches you, and you're like, haha, tripod.
Hang on, I'm sliding off. Like, you've read the aircraft safety
Yeah.
cards? Like, it shows you're supposed to get off the wing on those.
Okay.
So, just kind of sit down on the edge and just slip off and
Kind of.
hope for the best.
And you land instead on the flat of your feet. You land on your heels, and both your arms kind of subconsciously roll in place once, and you give a nice gentle back into the snow.
I'm gonna make a snow angel and then get up. Not comment on it at all, though.
Pilot was more so enamored by how Torn was hopping off of this like a 6-year-old. It just kind of gives a bit of a head tilt. Nice smile to everybody. Alright, well, I guess are we gonna bind him, or where are we going? Are we going back to the ship? What are we doing?
We are going to go drop him off with the submarine and hopefully trade him for some radio components. And they,
You know where the submarine is.
he does, supposedly.
Huh. And we're just gonna drop them off with people that you shot at.
We didn't.
Oh, we
shoot-
didn't shoot at them. We shot together at the giant snow demon.
He's the only one who survived.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I thought you captured him and killed him. Okay, I'd still feel a bit better if he was maybe at least kept under a guard, like Wilhelm's been doing, but, okay, yeah,
I do not
sure.
think he can go anywhere within several miles of Wilhelm without Wilhelm pointing a gun at him.
Have you know, with the extra supplies that we're loading up and an additional body, it's gonna be a little cramped inside, so I guess get a little more cozy.
It's okay. Hopefully we should not have him for forever.
As long as he doesn't cast gigantism on me again.
We're gonna cast Featherfall and strap you to the back of the plane by a rope, so you just hang back there.
Oh my god. That would actually cause drag on the plane.
And it allows for more room in the plane.
I gotta, I just gotta point. I just gotta slim down again and.
Yeah,
stay
he's a
aerodynamic.
snake. He's the narrowest of us all.
Can we cast
tries.
small so he becomes tiny and is like normal snake size?
Turn it into a normal snake. And, hey, hey,
Listen, hey!
Hey, hey, listen,
kick your ass!
going up your pant leg.
Oh god.
I
That's how
hope you
you.
like me. I hope you like Ant-Man ideas.
That's how you sneak them into places. You hide them in your pant leg. But yeah, after a little while, you guys are able to mount up, fully hop aboard the plane, load up the sled, get everything put together. As you guys give a nice little, we'll do a little montage here of engine starting up, kind of bouncing and bobbing over the snow. Da, 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 da.
There's a goddamn snake in the plane!
Was there a
Of
snake
course
in the
there is a
plane?
snake in the plane. We always have a snake in the plane.
But he'll kind of take controls at this point. He'll get you guys up and airborne, do a couple rotations around, and kind of look into the German, who through Wilhelm, you'll do a little bit of translation telephone. And it doesn't take very long for all of you guys to be flying over before you see what looks like a kind of uncharacteristic lake, frozen lake, in the middle of just a big kind of ridge and rolling hills, snowy flatland. And sure enough, sticking out of the top of it is a nice big kind of tower structure of sorts. And what seems to be a little bit more of a ship. Okay, there's a lot of ship. I would like everybody to give me investigation.
Do we know what a submarine is?
A cruiser
Apparently not.
submarine.
Some of you have never seen a U-boat, I surmise.
What is this?
Nope.
Oh, that is a 9. Oh, hey, I wasn't that bad off then, I guess.
Damn.
Well, apparently, compared to everybody else, I'm doing great.
Hachu, being related to the Confederate government, has seen submarines before.
Leroy might have as well. Especially the smuggling kind. Leroy, investigation.
Working on it.
It's under I.
Leroy looks at it. I remember when we designed those. Some German fella bought them. That would actually be... I might make that headcanon in my own little side story. The Confederacy designed the U-boat.
Leroy is helping run Confederate drug money to the cartels in South America.
Oh god. But,
Oh, that's what
Roy
that's
is
what
our
the-
hand contra.
It is a legitimate strategy.
he is Contra, no. Confederate Contra.
Oh my god, that's what he freaking does in the 80s, 70s version of the one we came up with
Oh
earlier.
jeez.
That's what he is. He's,
know
he's
what's-
one of the Iran Contra guys.
You know what's funny about this? Hachu and Leroy are two southern gentlemen. Are the only two that rolled high enough to identify it. Maybe it's fate. Both of you kind of lean forward, and you realize that's not just the tower or the top deck, that is an entire U-boat. Way above the waterline, frozen in the ice, almost like it was sitting on top of it. They came up very hard, and the ice sealed back around them rather quickly. To the point that, like, you got about 3 feet below the waterline exposed above the ice.
I'm not sure if we can help them with that.
Well, they can help us with their radio.
We could just cast Fireball repetitively.
Here's a cantrip.
Let me zoom out here a little
Really?
bit.
I mean, I also have the ability to get a flamethrower up and running.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
It worked once.
As you guys are passing over, coincidentally, Hot Shoe's the only one that rolled high enough for the second part of this. You do one final pass over directly over it, slightly, kind of yawing a little to the side. And you kind of peeking your head against the glass looking at it. It looks a little peculiar because there seems to be a couple supply boxes or like ammo crates sitting on the top deck or outside of it. And there seems to be possibly blood, maybe oil, some sort of substance across the top of the ice beside it. Might be oil leak, might be various fluids or something of that sort. But you can't quite tell as you pass over it rather quickly. Before you guys do a rotation, and the German kind of nudges to the pilot, who marks like a relatively flat area on a ridge line that'd be good to land on. He nods to that. You guys do another 2 kind of twirling rotations downward, and you kind of brace a little bit. You make a nice, gentle, very rough, smooth and gentle, very rough and bumpy, slightly side skidding and sliding in the snow landing as it comes to a nice rest. The door opens up. He kind of leans back to you. I suppose if you want to take Hans here and make your way on over, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to keep the engine ready just in case things get really hairy. But you all do what you do and I'll be here.
Do we have anything we can make a white flag out of? It might be a better way to approach them than last
He
time.
reaches down a little bit, pulls out of one of his pant leg pockets a kind of smaller size handkerchief and hands it over to you. Not very big, but that might work.
I'm gonna tie it to the end of the shovel.
God.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Alright, you got a little handkerchief on the end of the shovel as you guys are all able to pile out. He hops out with you, and he's kind of keeping his hands in his jacket, keeping himself a bit warm. As you guys will continue walking along, you now know the direction towards the U-boat. Let me shift this around just a little bit.
Shift what around?
I gotta set a audio thing here real quick. So, as you guys start walking towards it, you find yourself getting a bit closer, a little bit closer as you start approaching the edge of the ridge line. Let me illuminate this and then give you guys, transition you to the new map that you will be on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh. Imagine if Disney was German instead of American.
I mean, he wasn't that far off, to be honest, so.
It wasn't much of a stretch.
U-boat
It's
Willie. Toot toot.
Jawohl, Commandant!
Jawohl.
Jawohl!
It's the Donald Duck as a Nazi. work or skit, but it's serious instead of a joke.
It's serious. Like, this is how you're supposed to wake up, kid. So in the top right, you guys start approaching the edge of the ridge line. It kind of rises up and then drops down into what you assume to be the lake bed. You can't quite see over it until you really get up on it fully. However, the crewman that you're with seems a little more anxious, kind of nervous, and he's slowing down a little bit and kind of rubbing his temple just for a moment. And kind of looks to all of you with a bit of a confused look like, why do you all seem okay? Sort of look.
Wilhelm, ask him what is going on.
Is the German looking at us weird?
I want to start, I don't know, you want me to make a medicine check as I kind of look him over?
You can roll medicine if you would like.
Medicine or insight or what do you think?
I'd say medicine.
Woohoo!
Hey, you look at him, maybe induced migraine? Everybody who is human, not counting our water ganassi and our 2 reptiles, roll me a con save. Everybody who is a human.
Shit. Oh. Should I go with the constitution check instead of save?
Check works. Damn, nat 20, Laura. But Roy...
I know, and I have no con, but...
Yeah,
Neither do I.
you guys have no con, but you rolled plenty fine. Yeah, you're not sure what's really wrong with him. Nobody's noticing anything, but he seems to be holding his head a little bit more, and a little bit more. Eventually, his other hand goes to the other side of his head, and he looks up for a moment.
I'm gonna kind of take him and I'm gonna start walking him away from the submarine and see if anything changes about him.
As you start walking away with him, he's still holding his head for a moment, and he starts to let go, and he looks to you and puts a hand to your shoulder and then a hand to the other shoulder, and seems almost kind of frantic. He is visibly shaking, and his eyes are darting between both of yours. He looks like he just fucking saw hell, or something
Wilhelm.
worse.
Wilhelm, come over here. I need you to talk to him.
Did everyone pass the con save?
All the humans did, yep.
once.
Wow.
All
You guys
humans
good
have to
over
make the
there?
save. That's.
I
Is
do not
something-
know, but I
something
think
going
getting
on, or-
close to over there is causing something with him. Wilhelm, can you ask him what was going on?
Wilhelm is showering at the moment. Are you able to talk, Wilhelm? Yeah, I do not believe he is able to at the moment.
We can assume he would translate.
Yeah, he'll be able to translate, essentially.
You calling me?
Yeah, there you are.
Sorry, for like another like 2 minutes. Just translate for me and
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Do your thing, man.
I just went in the shower. I'm just trying to get a snack real quick.
Yeah, go for it. He kind of looks and realizes that the only one that seems to be German here is Wilhelm. So he lets go of your shoulders and kind of frantically goes over towards Wilhelm, grabbing onto him and starts pleading with him. Wilhelm kind of looks to all of you and translates a bit as he can as the guy starts to seem more and more frantic and is now at the point of his legs are getting kind of weak. He's kind of leaning against Wilhelm's chest, and he seems to be pleading with him. Wilhelm explains to you, he is dreadfully scared. He is deathly scared. He does not want to get any closer to the U-boat. We will all die if we get closer to the U-boat. We're all going to die. This place is hell. Everything is hell. Why was he sent here? Why was he allowed? Why did he start? He's questioning a lot now. He is... Okay, he might be going into shock.
As you do.
Before we do anything else and respond to this, can we get what Torin sees as he goes up to the edge?
Torin, are you going sneaky about this? Or are you just kind of walking up and taking a peek over?
He was kind of just walking up to look over.
Give
What's
me...
going on here?
Give me perception.
13.
That's a dang gosh dang dig all dang Dimmadome 13. Let me reveal the area as you look over and what you see.
Engelbert! Sorry. He said Dimmadome, so.
Doug Dimmadome, over to Dimsdale Dimmadome. There you go.
Do I see all of that?
This is all that you see, yep.
Guys, stuff happened here. There's I think I see dead people.
I'm really starting to hate the Arctic.
This is the Antarctic. The Arctic is much nicer. There are puffins instead of penguins. Although you do have to contend with the giant bears.
He's still kind of pleading with Wilhelm, and then he clutches his head again. This time I need everybody to make me a Constitution save.
Oh boy, here we go, failing this.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, hell. Ah!
Oh,
Fuck.
no.
If I can do anything, I was gonna start taking this guy back to the plane anyway.
Alright, let me get
What the
Wilhelm and roll con save for Wilhelm.
I already
You already
rolled it.
rolled one.
Oh, you did? Okay, I couldn't see the results because I thought you weren't here. Okay. There we go. Damn, 20, okay. Wilhelm, you're holding this guy up. You don't really notice what the hell is the problem. Nikos, you're steadfast. Okay, there's wind blowing and snow. Everybody else, and I do ask a little bit of roleplay and knowledge of your characters, but this zone is scary. This zone is no bueno. This area, if you can get goosebumps, you get goosebumps and your hair raises up. If your tail stands up or starts to rattle, it will do so. You get a very unnerved feeling running through the four of you.
You cannot hide.
Okay, Lord of the Rings.
What?
You know what? Who needs radios? I don't need a radio. Do you need a radio?
What Lord of the Rings?
Nothing. Leroy was playing a
Lord of the
soundbite.
Rings.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just trying to add to the scary feeling.
I just finished reading-
I think now might be the time to cut our losses and leave.
I agree.
I don't like
Yeah.
No, we all came to get fat loots. Let's go.
I really want that boat.
There's a hole in it.
And the merchant saying there's gold in them there boats.
Fine. At least let me go in and find a potential radio.
You were able. I'm gonna. You'll have.
You know,
Take no longer than 15 minutes.
I'll go with you.
I was
You
gonna
shouldn't go
say,
alone.
If anything
You gotta-
starts to happen this time, just leave. Do not risk yourselves.
no, what I was gonna say is, we should have Wilhelm and Piotr go together. The cleric and the man of God and the scientist, and maybe they can figure out what the fuck happened here.
I'm getting
Why
the
it
plane.
feels so fucking creepy.
I'm gonna sit in front of the plane with a machine gun, and that is what I am doing.
And I'm just fingering my holster while still thinking about what kind of gains we could get from this.
Is it?
I don't know. There's not a whole lot of space on this plane.
The only thing we could get of use would be the radio equipment. Wilhelm, ask this guy whether or not he believes his crew would have scuttled the radio equipment.
Would your crew have destroyed the radio?
He's clinging to your chest and he's starting to ramble now. Something, they're all dead. How did they all die? When did they all die? Oh god, I'm going to die too. God, please save me. I'm going to die. He's now incoherent. He's not really noting your question or recognizing it, he is just in pure panic shock mode.
I push him kind of back with one of my arms and take the butt of my pistol and hit him in the head with it.
He lets
I'm gonna go to grab your arm right before you hit him in the head with the pistol.
Roll me opposing dexterity. Peter got a 12. Wilhelm, roll me dexterity. Let's see. Damn, you go to grab it, but you only catch the catch like his forearm as he still makes contact with the side of the guy's head. He crumples over, not because of the impact. He does let out a bit of a yell, but instantly is going into fetal position and curling up in the snow and is almost starting to rock a little bit. He seems completely uncaring that he got knocked in the head. He is now just in pure panic mode.
Not necessary.
I look at him and I say, "You go with him." I look at Peter. I'm going, "Take him away." Well, who's coming with me? Let's go.
All right.
You'll have 15 minutes. Do not take longer than that.
Is this when I strap an emergency chute to him and then kick him out of the plane?
Well, we're already on the ground.
No. Same difference.
So who's taking him to the plane?
I'm going with him.
Who else is coming back to the plane?
Torin is going just to get the machine gun, because that makes it safe.
So if you're going to the plane, put yourself next to the German troop marker. If you're going towards the U-boat, put yourself on the ridge line.
I'm taking the guy back to the plane, but I'm going to take that machine gun from Torin if he doesn't come back to provide some level of overwatch. Once we get to the plane.
Provide overwatch as the spell sniper from here.
Gotcha. What are you up to, Leroy?
I'm going with Wilhelm and.
Alright, you're gonna go with the ship team?
Yep.
He's on the away team.
So the two of you, going with the prisoner, you'll be away for a while. I'll have you reinsert to the situation and figure out what you guys do once you reach the plane. However, for now, we will limit ourselves to just the four of you. As you get up to this ridgeline and you look over, yeah, that is an entire U-boat. It is starting to ice and freeze over from the wind chill. It's starting to build up snowdrift on the side. There seems to be some crates that were taken out and set up around it, and what looks like the initial parts of a campsite. Not fully assembled, as you get the little tripod sticks that normally there would be like a pot put underneath, and you get the notion that there would be some chairs if they were actually fully unfolded. But it looks like there's just some crates stacked up. The four of you, give me investigation.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Leroy, you are very distracted by, that's a U-boat.
Oh my.
That's a U-boat, all right. Yeah, that's a U-boat. There's gonna be some cool shit in there. Yeah, I've never ransacked a U-boat.
I could see some Confederate influence in this.
Hachu and Wilhelm, yeah, it's pretty obvious. Crates, looks like a hole of sort, and a good smattering of blood and what's left of people. Nikos, you eye it, and you tag it, and you're like, there is a hole in the side of that submarine. A big hole, about 10-foot wide hole.
You got a hole.
It's curled inwards. And it's not an explosion-made hole. It is you press something against metal for a long time, and eventually it gives like a top of a can getting punched through, but by a slow-moving pneumatic press. All the bodies of the handful laying out there, aside from the one slumped over the top of some ammo crates and weapons crates, looks like they got a similar treatment to the crew on the ship, be it dry twisted at different points of the body.
Oh boy, something real fun happened here, it looks like.
Let's get our equipment and get out quick.
All right.
I'm gonna look at the crates and look at Wilhelm and Piotr and Say, I think I'm going to separate from y'all here. It's probably going to be tight in that submarine. I'm going to go ahead and look through these crates, see if there's anything of value and necessity that we can use.
I'm betting scuttling charges.
Make sure to grab me a cool hat.
You shut your head, you night-sized orange.
As the four of you
Bloodthirsty
start making your way down the side of this little rock face here, I would like all of you to roll me a insight.
Isn't Hachu taking up Overwatch instead of going down there?
Oh yeah, Hachu, you can roll insight as well, but you'll be staying up top.
You know, I love how Nikos rolls a nat 20. I roll a nat 1, and then I
Yeah.
roll a 20. He rolls a 4. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's great.
Just the two of us.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm not even over there.
I'm
Nikos and
everything.
Nikos and Wilhelm, you don't really notice, but Leroy, you hear it and you're familiar with it. Hachu, you definitely see it from up above. You can tell. As the three of you are walking and starting to go across the ice, Leroy, you hear a bit of that crack and echo sound. Hachu, you can see it. They're starting to approach what seems to be a weakened area. From this point forward, any of these areas that have visible cracks on them are considered above difficult terrain. You will be cut down to a quarter your movement speed, and you will have to make dexterity. As you can tell, it is very thin at these patches, assumably from the impact of a U-boat smashing through the lake bed.
just a heads up, fellas. It's looking pretty rough out there. We're gonna have to. We can't take a straight line to the U-boat. We're gonna have to.
I shout out above them. Hey, you step there, you fall through. Don't even point out where it is. I just say step there, you fall through.
You let's get some distance from each other. I'll come. Sorry.
Gonna just be laying, crawling on your bellies like snakes.
Do the Hachu.
Maybe you should just send Nikos
Well,
because he's
fail
not like
all my
water
rolls.
hurts him.
And whenever I do pass my roll, I don't do any damage.
So just kind of choose the path that you guys take as you walk across. I'm assuming this is almost like a squad, like online movement of sorts. As you guys get about that close where you're at currently, I would like all three of you to make me a con save.
Nope.
Are those three by the sub, I'm guessing?
Just those three, yep. Just the three by
There
the
we go.
sub. Con save. Leroy, you don't hear this, but you can see the effect on Nikos and Wilhelm. Nikos and Wilhelm, this, you feel unsettled. You feel almost kind of car sick. And then, Nikos, in the back of your head, give it a moment.
Hold on. Did Piotr roll for con
No,
save?
he's at the plane.
I went back to the
Yeah,
place.
he's gone.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. I was gonna ask him something, but I would not have approached the U-boat without our priest, but fuck. But fuck, quite literally.
I don't know if
You can
that's
always
coming
turn
through
around.
on the stream or not.
I do not hear anything.
I heard it.
Oh,
I wasn't listening. Hang on.
I had to turn up the volume.
Oh yeah, that's unpleasant.
It's like when you're driving in a car and like
shit.
the back window, like one of the back windows is
Can I
open.
do a religion check?
You can.
Wait, can we
Oh,
all
that
hear it?
I
The
just
only
thought
one
that
that
was
can hear
very-
this currently is Nikos.
Oh, I
What
thought you
is
said I
that?
could.
No, only Nikos can hear this in the back of his head.
No. But the unsettlement is
Yeah, the unsettlement definitely set in.
Something's not right here.
Yeah, you're not sure what it is, Leroy, but it definitely feels unsettling. It feels kind of odd. You got that, like, been in the car, motion sickness kind of feeling to you.
Can I make a guess here?
Sure.
Are we running into some kind of demonic force?
It's not demonic. At least, you don't think. However, despite the fear, it's not quite low enough. You guys are still able to approach it should you choose to, but you definitely feel kind of unsettled and reluctant to do so.
Okay, I'm going to expend one of my first level spell slots and create my little cannon with me.
Okay. Let
And it's
me
gonna be
grab that token for you.
I am not going to approach the crates that are on the U-boat. I am not going to board the U-boat itself, but I will approach this crate here with the dead body on it.
Okay. I would like you to give me investigation as you approach the crate. Or crates.
I think I'm gonna do flamethrower for this cannon.
Okay.
The Flammenwerfer.
Check something
The
here.
crawling
Dwarfs
flamethrower.
Flammen.
Into the breach, I guess.
Oh god.
The cannon's on me. Get it off.
No. Give me that investigation.
Jesus.
It's some snown over crates. Doesn't seem to be weapons or ammo, actually. In fact, it seems to be rations. However, the 13's just enough to realize, this guy doesn't seem to have been, flayed or twisted or given the, usual treatment that you guys have been finding so far. The 13's just enough to tell self-inflicted bullet wound under the chin, and what looks like his ears have been pulled off.
Self-inflicted or?
Likely, considering his ears are in his hands.
Fellas, whatever you want to do, let's make it quick. These men, this fella here, died by his own hand.
The two
And
of you
I'll
at
hit it
the two of you at the
Great.
breach hole, give me a con save.
Okay, can I hear them from here?
Barely.
Barely. Okay. Oh man. Oof.
Ooh. Wilhelm's tough Prussian officer training bears through, and you feel a bit more capable of getting into the ship as you focus on the objective. Nikos, it's really getting to you. The unsettling feeling goes up a bit higher. You kind of feel it up in your esophagus. And again, now in both ears and the back of your head, you are just hit with...
Do we really need the radio stuff?
I'm going to get it. If you don't feel like coming, then don't.
Oh. No, you shouldn't go alone.
I shouldn't go alone. You should buck up and come with me.
Telling you, something's not right here. Even more so than the bodies.
Nikos, if you want to keep God outside, I'll take your spot. Go with the
All right.
Prussian.
So you'll kind of take up guard outside. Hachu, you can see Nico's kind of taking up position beside the crates as you're looking over the spot as the two of you.
Walking around the blood, classy.
Yeah, right, I noticed
before-
that too. That was
Nikos,
nice.
before you go away, come here.
I got a sneaking suspicion I don't want to touch anything that's. You
I
just
cast-
walked over the crack. Good job.
On all three of us, I cast this.
Aid. Okay. Each create a hit point maximum increased by 5 for the duration. Very good.
Okay, so temporary hit
Nice.
points.
What?
Put it on your Character sheet, temporary hit points 5.
How far away of a walk was that plane?
Right, for each
A
slot
little bit of a
level.
walk.
Long enough that
So-
we don't get to come back until
So
right
hold
after
on,
combat.
I'm trying to read that correctly. Is it
Each of you increase by 5 points. Yep. For the
I
next
only-
8
I
hours,
only-
you get 5 points.
so he's
only-
okay? So he's not at higher levels.
No, I haven't cast it at a higher level. I just cast
Okay.
it at level 2 because that's all I have.
Yeah.
You don't have any level 3
Oh.
slots?
No, so the downside of Artificer is because I get a lot of bonus cool crap, I don't get so my spells, though I do get spells, the increase in spell levels and the increase in the amount of spells I get is slower, as is the increase in the amount of attacks I get. So they kind of balanced it that way. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go
So-
forward onto the breach.
So the two of you step on in, your little cannon crawls in with you. We will get to that in a moment. The two of you walking with the prisoner, he is now frantic, and he's kind of clinging to your side a little bit, Peter, but he's at this point aimlessly easy to guide as the two of you make your way back over to the plane. Pilot's kind of sitting there, looks over. You're back a bit soon. He okay?
No, Beata, we need to tie him up.
I got rope. He'll kind of take that notion, climb into the back of the plane, hop out with some rope, and approach you. I'll get him tied up then. Kind of gestures him aside, puts him to his knees, ties his ankles, ties his hands behind his back. And the guy just kind of naturally flops onto his side and is kind of curling up in a full-on just panic attack silently. And the pilot's just kind of standing there scratching his head.
We didn't do anything. You just started freaking out.
Yeah, maybe shell shock or something.
Bit belated. Right, where's that machine gun?
Should be, I don't know, should be in the back, attached to your sled.
It's already scrambling for it. We're gonna change out the mag since the one in it only has 2 rounds left in it.
Alright. So you pop in a fresh mag into it. Torn steps out of the plane now with Bren in hand, and the two of you are, what are you two up to?
So the guy's tied up, right?
Yep, he's tied up.
Can I roll a con save now that Kobold has emotional support machine gun?
You can roll me a charisma save.
Hey, average.
Just barely enough. Your emotional support machine gun
Yes.
gives you just enough to be willing to reapproach the area.
Okay, I think we should go back and observe from a safe distance.
I'm gonna tell the pilot to see if you can calm him down some. We have to go back and get everyone else. They're trying to salvage some equipment from the submarine. Hopefully radio equipment.
Yeah, if they can, that radio would be that'd be mighty. That'd be a good find. I'll see what I can do with them. You get back to your boys. And we will remove German from the scene for now. And in a little bit, I will have the two of you reapproach and rejoin with Hachu.
Will keeps joining and leaving because he's excited for the Arma mission.
That's not what it is.
Tell Will he's free to sit in and listen if he wants to.
He won't because he won't be able to not interject.
Oh. Alright. Allow me to pan on over to the other map. Da da da.
Les sauces marines.
So he's not inside. He's not
This is-
inside. He's not inside.
I hate this map. It's just a fucking tube. God damn.
You are inside deep sea tube.
It's tube.
Tube. It's a
Yeah,
tube, dude.
Haven't even been here for a day, and I'm tired of the snow. How do you deal with this?
Snow is only here for most of the year. You'll learn to live with.
Only.
At the dark tube.
I don't know. This suit I've been given is definitely been a real lifesaver for me for this mission for us.
Did you not go sledding in, you are from Boston, huh?
Never got out to do that.
When winter comes, or I suppose next winter in England, we should, take time to do such things. Perhaps I will,
Oh, what
we
the
can
fuck?
go skiing and such.
It's just casually chatting about like fucking vacations while these guys are coming across the worst scene ever.
Anything to keep our
guys-
minds off it, you know?
As you guys drop into here and kind of look side to side, you realize you're in one of the kind of pressurized rooms for the kind of piping running back and forth. There's a few racks of various equipment scattered about. And very quickly you realize the pressure impacting the side of this. I want both of you to roll me a insight.
Oh, insight.
Insight, yep. Hey!
I didn't know. Fuck. Good.
You can't really tell, but like the specifics, but you can tell something, for lack of better words, dry pressed its way through the hole and breached it. So much so that it seems like it made a small dent on the opposite wall on the left side, or the port side. And of course, there is a lot of refuse. There is what seems to be a crewman twisted and mangled on the ground with a bunch of shell casings around him. There is another one that seems to be cowering, or attempting to cower, inside a kind of push cart, at least halfway. And there is some very large drag marks, blood marks. There is another guy that seems like he was kind of rug rolled and then shoved in between two actively hot pipes. It's not a great scene in this room. As I'd like both of you to make me a
Wait,
con
the
save.
pipes are still hot?
When they were hot.
Okay.
Me and Matt watching the ReZero Season 3 premiere yesterday.
God, that was so much anticipation for nothing to happen until the last 10 seconds.
Leroy, if I can get a con save, please.
Have the fucking worst thing ever happen within the last 10 seconds.
That's not even the worst thing that's happened in that show.
Yeah, no.
You guys hear a little bit of a creaking, and you feel a little bit of a kind of tinge of unsettling nature, but perhaps it's just the scene of the room that you're in. How would you like to proceed?
Let's try to find this this radio as fast as possible.
You better keep that force ballista handy, my good sir, because whatever it is I left those marks is not going to be friendly to us.
I assume that. Is down here, does it end or does it continue?
That's another door. Each time I make a gap at a little gray line, that's basically a closed kind of bulkhead door.
I'm going to unholster my weapon, hold it at my side, and start moving forward side by side with the Prussian.
I still have both of mine drawn. I say we try the south first and then go back north.
Alright. Feel free to move yourselves to wherever you guys are going to be walking.
I'm gonna move slowly so my thing stays with us.
Okay.
Are you going from side to side?
I'm dodging the bodies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You approach the bulkhead door. It's got the usual kind of spinny wheel in the middle that you spin, and you get the little clink, and then you give it a little push, and it makes a little wah.
Making
We
noise.
do-
to
we
make
do
it
all
weird.
that.
Every time you touch a door in this universe, it goes, wah!
Why are the doors sounding like Wario?
Wow.
As you approach the door, you realize this one's slightly
Wow.
ajar. It's not
No, it's a
concealed.
it's a door.
It's a little bit of a mason.
The door is ajar.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to know when a door is not a door.
But it's got a little bit of a crack in it. It's not
Door,
fully
trips
closed.
door.
Okay, I push it open.
Give it a little push. It swings open. Makes a little single ting clatter. You're inside a very poorly modeled, but you guys can use your imagination, the front torpedo room. And it is fully stocked with 4 torpedoes in each.
There's only 2.
There's only 2 modeled because they can't stack them on top of each other. You want to be able to see it, but you
can't-
got
you also-
4. You got 4 loaded torpedo bays.
Did you just make budget cuts to this scene? Is that what's going on here?
Slight budget
I
cuts,
got reload, I think.
but it's just the
Torpedders!
torpedo room. You got 4 tubes. All 4 of them are loaded.
Okay. Let's move back up north. Sorry, I had to reload, so.
Oh, good. Take your time. As you guys walk your way back up, you get to the opposite door, which has kind of what looks like almost. I guess the best way to describe it is like a dry, acid-rubbed sort of couple of stretch marks going across it, where it looks like something was rubbing against it with really, really high friction. But the door still seems intact, however, it is closed.
It was pregnant. Got stretch marks.
What?
I try to open it with the spinny thing.
You grab it, you start giving it a little bit of spin. It's kind of hard to twist. You're going to need to give this one a strength check.
Oh man,
It's kind of hard to do. It's finally
There's gonna
gives,
be an
but
ice demon on the other side.
you're really having to rotate this one. It's kind of hard to do, but you do rotate it. It opens up, and it looks like kind of barracks boxes and the tiny little bitty shared living quarters, complete with crewmen who. Unfortunately, looks like he too has also taken his own life with the pistol that is no longer in his hand. You get to the next door. It is also sealed and closed. It's got the nice little wheel spun around to where it is in a locked position.
Nope.
You try to give it a twist. Yeah, you can't quite get it to budge.
Pull my crowbar out. Oh, never mind. Leroy got it.
Leroy reaches over, grabs it with 2 fingers and a thumb, extends his pinky, and gives it a gentle push with the palm of his hand as it opens up to...
No. Not with the palm of my hand. Come on. We gotta keep it classy. I use the
Tip
tip
of your
of my
cane.
cane.
Is that a curry?
Yes.
Did they have like Tekken on this ship?
Pretend it's consoles. This is very limited. I lost my submarine pack that I purchased. They got rid of it, so I'm like, oh, damn.
Yo, they have Tekken?
Nah,
Also, I
it's
feel
Street
like-
Fighter.
I'm looking for.
I feel like those consoles are backwards.
Just a little bit.
Close your
What are
eyes and
these?
imagine the
What are
inside
these
of a
other
cell.
banks on the wall?
So the other ones are what looks like kind of like sonar screens, and what looks like little map screens, radar.
Okay.
Are
Aneurysm
any of
right now, for
these
real.
consoles powered at the moment?
No, all power is off. However, you do have I forgot to mention, you do have the dim red lights running along.
I'll tell you what, can I investigate for any loose papers? Anything
can
that might
indeed.
look to be of value? Okay.
Wilhelm's also got an investigation going. Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
you guys
You're
look
gonna-
over. You realize this is underneath the sort of command tower sticking up above.
Oh, the
as is
sail.
The sail. Command tower.
It's called the sail.
Tube.
Sail.
The tube on the tube. The T-tube. The T-junction.
I'm
of
gonna
the
have an
tube.
aneurysm, I swear to God.
The T-junction of the tube with the ladder that goes up to the top of the T-tube door. the tower. Yeah, you guys look at it, and the main mast goes up. You got a ladder that goes up to a door, sort of a hatch. And taking a quick peek up at the same time, you can see what looks like a likely depleted tank sitting on its side and some hose, and what looks like welding marks all around the inside of the hatch that leads to the top. Looks like it has been welded shut. Looking over these consoles, looking over the various paperwork and the couple maps that are up on the wall or as part of their charter. Some of them have been kind of ripped at and pulled at. Some of them look like they have been scuffed against and pulled down to the ground and rolled under footprints or kind of squished by something. However, you do see a couple here. And Wilhelm and Leroy, you're familiar of shipping, conveniently enough. You guys both look at it and you realize they departed from northern Germany, made a quick stop in what seems to be the western coast of Denmark, floated around the north side of England and Scotland, around the far back of Ireland,
GI-UK gap.
made their way all the way down, and made it actually shockingly close to, I forget the name, but the islands in between the US and Europe. There's that little British island
Bahama?
chain. Not the Bahamas,
Bermuda?
Bermuda, that's it.
They make it shockingly close past Bermuda, continue down, and then start skirting the African coast, and they seem to make a landing in what was former Western German Africa before continuing further along to you guys currently, their destination being the Falklands, where there is a big sort of operational circle drawn over the entire region that you guys have been in, including the Falklands, all the various islands to the east, and of course the large sort of cape that you guys are in on Antarctica. Thankfully you rolled a 20. It's not a nat 20, but you did roll a 20. Wilhelm, you're able to pick up the tiny detail as you look in a little closer. There is red thumbtacks pushed in. And at first you're like, oh, these are markers maybe. But then you realize yellow tacks seem to be along known trade routes and movement routes. However, there is only 2 red tacks. Both of those red tacks are very close to between the Falklands and the island that you had to visit.
Okay.
Is there anything that we can possibly pocket?
You got some scraps and some papers. You got some maps that are kind of rolled up or folded up that you could pocket a good few of them, maybe a good 5 or 6 maps worth.
I'm going to do so. We can go over them later.
I'd add that to your short inventory, 6 U-boat maps.
I was gonna say, make sure we take the pins with it.
Yep. Equipment, yeah.
Equipment or just in general notes? As you're kind of collecting these, you kind of look to each other at the same time. I'd like both of you to make me a con save at disadvantage. Excuse me.
Oh, you guys are fucked.
As you kind of look to each other, feeling pretty good about, wow, we found some like pretty solid U-boat movement information and maps. This has got to be some good shit. Both of your temples on either of your heads feel a sort of thumb pressing pressure. The back of your head start to hurt, and all you can really hear past your own sounds is that deep 19 hertz tone. Just pulsing around you.
I'm going to wince and rub my forehead and just, and then I'll look at Wilhelm, and then I'll look at the, I'm going to look at Wilhelm and say, where exactly is the radio equipment you're looking for? Is it going to be in the command tower, or is it going to be down here?
I thought it would be in here, but it might be up in the sail.
And then I look at the weld marks on the hatch going up into the sail, and here, I'm just going to ask this: those weld marks, those are from down here, right?
Yeah, they're from down here.
So I'm going to look at Wilhelm. I'm going to look at the mess. And I'm going to look at Wilhelm again, look up at the welding, and then back at Wilhelm and say, what do you think's going on here? Do you think that they were trying to keep something out or keep something in?
Well, if it was from the inside, I'm assuming they want to secure themselves in here. There doesn't seem to be much in this room, particularly. So I feel like the dangerous part, yes, would be upstairs or up the ladder.
Is it worth investigating, sir? Because if whatever did this is causing the pain in our heads, is the radio really going to be worth it?
It could get us some support quicker.
I worry that between the two of us, we won't be able to handle whatever did this to an entire ship. Not when the rest of Wondrous Company is scattered.
I have the.
As you're both stating this, as you get about halfway through that sentence, having rolled a 9 and an 11, both of you, similar to Torn when he decided to power chug some wine, you both kind of lose your last 2 meals just unceremoniously as your stomachs get massively upset and you are hit again with that heavy pulse.
Are we taking hit point damage?
No hit point damage, just extreme
Nausea,
unsettlement and
dizziness,
nausea, a little bit of throwing up on yourselves.
In my jacket, I reach out, I grab 2 of the vials of the beer that we got from the other German ship.
Okay.
I hand one to Leroy and take one myself. Just something to take the edge off and chug it, the beer. Or the wine, whatever it was.
Give me insight, the both of you.
Oh shit.
You can turn off the disadvantage.
Yeah.
I got a 5, he got a 10. Or,
there, yeah, you could re-roll it. 19. And
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah. As you guys kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. You raise your bottles and you go to take a sip. It's kind of that mutual acknowledgement as you see it perfectly, especially you, Wilhelm, on Leroy. You've never seen Leroy's hand unsteady. Your hands, both of you, are shaking to a point that you didn't even realize that they were like fearful shaking, to where it's actually kind of hard to line up the bottle with your lips to take a sip. Like, you kind of do that thing where you almost tap your teeth twice with the bottle tip by accident.
No, I hate that. Oh, fuck, I hate that. I haven't had that happen in a long time, but fuck, I hate the clink.
You're realizing your stomachs are unsettled, your heads are starting to turn to migraines, your hands are shaking, and there is a very heavy, unsettling feeling starting to set into you as more time goes on.
You are literally shaking right now? Like, oh my god.
Would rolling for history or arcana help with trying to find a correlation to these effects?
You can roll arcana if you would like, to see if you can...
Shit.
Maybe, I don't know, going with the trend that you've been feeling and stating so far, maybe it's a ghost U-boat and you just really don't like being on ghost ships.
It's a
Ghosts. Don't fuck with no ghosts.
I'm gonna roll something real quick, and it's gonna be strictly how I'm gonna react from here.
Okay. Hey.
Okay.
They're about to Scooby-Doo up out of this joint.
No, I was literally thinking about it. That was one of my things. But with that, I'm going to try to steel myself enough to command my flamethrower to almost start burning the hatch to weaken it enough so we can kind of push up there, get what we need to do, get out.
Roll me an attack then.
Flamethrower. So it's weird with my flamethrower because it's a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, good point.
And a hatch can't move out of the way of it.
It can't move, so it's gonna hit automatically. I guess,
Just damage?
yeah, just give me damage. See, if it...
The mimic.
Oh, shit, okay, cool.
The hatch was a mimic. The submarine was a mimic.
Mimic sub, oh god.
Submarine starts shaking.
We got bored by a.
It's that anime where the fighter jet is actually a dragon that eats the pilot.
Fuck, sorry about that. I accidentally knocked off the lever on my chair for the back, and I leaned back, and it did not mean. Oh my god.
Oh.
Didn't hear anything.
I didn't
Oh,
hear anything.
I must have peaked my mic with the swears.
Oh, fuck. It kind of aims itself straight upwards, and the room starts to get warmer, for lack of better words. It was kind of cool in here. It's getting pretty warmer and heating up as this flamethrower arcs upwards and is rolling off the quickly blackening metal. And you start to see it heat up, and then eventually you get a nice little unceremonious ping ping as the hatch falls through as the hinges have turned molten and drops down to the ground.
No comment.
What?
The hatch opens upwards on a submarine because if
Yeah.
the conning tower is busted, if there's a leak in the conning tower,
Exactly,
the water
yeah,
pressure
it
will
has to
push it
open.
down.
Yeah,
I
this one-
broke it.
It opens upwards. He melted the ring around it. He melted the hinges. It
Okay.
fell through.
It
I'm not
No.
gonna.
added.
Trust me, I thought about that. I'm like, maybe I'll be sadistic and make him like Home Alone 2 himself lifting the lid that is now red hot.
It splatted on the ground.
Yeah, more like it splatted on the ground. But yeah, it is now open and exposed. Might need to give it a few moments to
going to-
cool.
I'm double timing my way over to the ladder, climbing up. I'm not gonna get up to the hot ring, but I'm gonna get my head up to where I feel like is just bearable for me to be next to it.
You kind of poke your head up and look in there. No bodies. It's nice and dark. You see the secondary ladder that goes up a little bit higher, and there is a sort of...
Be some light if he's got the glowing bright ring around him.
I suppose it would be a little bit of light. Yeah, it'd be just enough. As you're able to climb up, you're able to look,
Those
barely
rooms
peeking.
are fucking
It's
tiny, so
oh yeah, no, it heated up real nice. You're feeling toasty in your jacket. The heat shock is probably a lot. Yeah, as you look up inside, there is a small sort of kind of wall pedestal with what looks like two little like ledges or shelves. Those kind of metal tray shelves, and you got some cables running to and from it. You got the mouthpiece, you got the speaker, you got the radio equipment, and it looks like there is the secondary radio up in the tower there set up nice like and connected to a lot of various cables and wires running into the walls.
Okay.
But it does look disconnectable.
Okay, I'm going to jump up. Well, not jump up there. I'm going to quickly get up there and start disassembling the radio as fast as possible. Actually, I'm not even going to disassemble some of the cables. I'm only going to snip some of the cables.
Okay. Give
And then
me sleight of hand and intelligence.
Meanwhile, I'm going to be manning the bottom of the hatch and just being watchful in the hall.
Oh,
All right.
with my stuff
Um,
right now.
They're not good cuts, but they also weren't really meant to be. And you're like, I'm not sure which cable does what. So as you're snipping through, you cut all the cables that you need to. Assumedly, you guys can, on the ship, hook up an auxiliary power supply. You guys can hook up all that you need to.
There's no way they don't have the equipment to
Oh, yeah.
splice wires.
They'll
on the ship.
definitely be able to. However, you also realize you're gonna have to splice a new microphone and speaker as you cut through those wires as well by accident. But you basically got the radio module now, so less to carry in the long run, I suppose.
I take my backpack off of my back, shove the whole module in there, and just for good measure, I actually take the slit place, the cut microphone, but not the speaker, and basically come over to the ladder, take the first couple rungs, and slide down the rest of it, wheeling my artillery piece onto my shoulder and saying, "Leroy, let's get the fuck out of here."
As he comes sliding down with that little boot mark, he looks over to you. You can tell there is a shoebox-sized radio shoved into the upper part of his pack. I would like both of you to make me a perception roll, please.
I'm gonna delete my thing since it's on my shoulder.
Alright.
Perception.
Oh, fuck. I can't see a fucking thing in this thing on. Whoa.
As you guys as you guys are getting ready to move and you're nodding to each other, that unsettling feeling and that kind of recent upchuck taste is getting to you. You're like, okay, we need to get out of here. Leroy, you don't hear it. Wilhelm, you feel like you hear a slight humming, like an actual audible, like, vocal hum for only half a moment that fades away.
Okay. Leroy, let's get out of here. I'm on a dash. So that's gonna give me 60 feet, which actually.
You know what this is? This is the cursed inverted world version of Sabine.
Oh yeah, I can easily make it out. So I'm gonna dash my way out. So I just like start running, no regard for anything.
You guys are just running your way. How about you, Leroy? You trying to keep up with them? All right.
Hell yeah, I am.
So as you guys are making your way down towards there, I would like both of you to give me another perception roll as you're approaching the hole and about to start climbing out.
I like the idea that Leroy doesn't run in the traditional sense, but he like does his walking animation, but at like 3 times speed. He's got to look gentlemanly, you know. Got to have his cane down every step.
Michael Jackson moonwalk.
So as you guys get over to that and you make your way through, we will pan back over. Let me put you on the standby screen. As you guys climb on through, you don't really notice and don't really hear it because you're not paying enough attention. You want to get outside. And you make your way on outside. Let me move everybody where they're going to be. Nikos, you're standing by there.
Making my way outside, into the snow, onto the deck of the U-boat. Na-na-na-na-na-na.
That was good.
Right. We'll pan back over to Peter and Torin as you guys are kind of briskly walking your way back up. You see Hachu kind of posting himself up on the top of this ridge looking downward into the lake.
I guess we'll kind of shack up next to him. I'm assuming Torin's gonna bipod up.
Yeah, or more or less.
Alright.
He's gonna
So you
probably
guys-
set the gun down. He doesn't want to lay in the snow.
So you guys are just gonna kind of join Hachu and stand by with him?
Did they go inside?
That's what they were planning to do.
Yes, they did.
How long ago?
I'm gonna cross myself and say a silent prayer. They said they had about 15 minutes. Has it been that long?
It's been about 10 going on 12 minutes. Alright. As the two of you approach, you're now posted up there. You're looking over the lake bed. As you see the two of them with the little cannon and what seems like a heavier backpack stepping out of the entry hole into the side of the ship. Nikos, you look over and you're able to see the two of them emerging back out after the few minutes they were in. I would like everybody to make me a charisma save, please.
Oh, charisma save.
It's so
boy.
Jover. I never save a save.
Oh,
Damn.
Could have gone better for me.
Torin, Any and every roll you make for the next 3 rolls, whatever they are, will be at disadvantage.
Oh, great. Is that all?
Everybody else, the next roll you make, no matter what it is, will be at disadvantage. Peter,
Understood.
you're relatively okay, but it's still, all of you are equally startled. Torin and Wilhelm especially. Wilhelm, as you're stepping out of the ship, it hits you guys louder than it has before. That heavy tone just... And your ears are ringing, your head's feeling pressure, and you are feeling genuine fear overtake all of you, except for you, Peter, who are barely like, ugh, I really don't like that.
Yeah, I think we're dead.
Can we go now? We said we can go now.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
I think we're dead. They're dead. Dead.
Right.
They're dead.
I'm taking that as.
I'm gonna cross myself and I'm gonna look to see if I can find where that noise is coming from.
Roll me Arcana.
I'm gonna look for that noise too.
Oh, I need to roll it at this.
Has anybody bothered to look
I'll roll once
upward?
more.
Ah, that's a fun. Roll me Arcana at disadvantage, Hashu.
To be fair, I would try to do this as well.
If you want to.
Oh my god.
That's a nat 1. That's a
Roll
nat 1.
15 and a 1.
Hang on.
Man,
Get
I'm
those
gonna
rolls out
gonna
now
roll
while
it
you
again.
can.
It's hell. It's the sound of hell.
I don't know what that is. I don't
Is
know
that
what
a
it
good
is.
roll or a
Close.
bad roll?
You're getting
That's
so
bad.
close to the sound of the Torin. He's starting to sound just like the little kid from Ghost Stories.
I don't know.
Which roll is mine? First.
You rolled with disadvantage, so it's the illuminated one. It's the 17. You take the lower of the two. You guys, I'm going to move you about here as the three of you are making your way across the ice. Leroy, you can see them up on the ridge, like, trying to look around. They seem a little frantic. Torin is visibly shooketh. But none of you guys can tell where the fuck it's coming from. If anything, it's starting to set in. It's starting to cause more panic. Leroy, you look back and you kind of focus a bit past the ringing and the tone. It's coming from the U-boat.
I'm gonna put my hand on Torin's shoulder and I'm gonna like kind of press him up against the machine gun a little bit, and I'm gonna say, "Focus, focus. We need to cover them."
Leroy, I would like you to make me perception with advantage, please.
Yep.
Oh no.
It seems to be coming from the U-boat. But you guys were in the U-boat. Almost all the U-boat. As you kind of start looking towards the front. And yeah, nat 20. Alright, perfect. Yay. That heavy tone hits again, and as everybody's kind of scrambling and starting to move across the ice, the ridgeline's starting to move, that tone hits again, and you can see a visible dent in the outer bulkhead, dent outwards at the front. And then a second dent a little further along. And you manage to hear it. No one else hears it. You manage to hear it. A sort of muffled scream barely reach out through the impact hole towards the back of the sub. And you're seeing small movements through the entire sub. And those movements are kind of making it very slightly rattle and shake and quake in the ice. As those movements are making their way from the tip further back towards the hole in the back of the sub. You guys will have one more turn.
We need to go.
Will have one more turn of movement, those of you on the ice.
Is that a movement with a bonus movement? Yeah.
That is movement with, if you should choose to use your action to dash.
Yep.
Is it what quarter movement?
Just
Fella,
move the three of
I'm
yourselves
gonna-
wherever you want to move, or however you want to move.
I'm gonna
one turn.
recommend, if I may make a strategic recommendation, we move here between the cracks in the ice up ahead. Give us some coverage on the flanks.
All right.
I'm gonna move up there so that other crack is in the way.
You're a fucking call yourself a fucking officer in the Prussian Army, motherfucker.
This crack is in the way right here.
Here's
It puts
the
me.
Here's the fun part.
Here, you moron.
For every 10 feet in a line that you move, you will scoot an additional 5 feet as you are sliding across the top of this ice. So having moved 60 feet, you move another 30 feet forward sliding.
Fuck.
So about.
You mean
Oh, so look
fuck?
for
Like,
that
get me
plan.
closer to shore.
Yeah, that's good.
That is the opposite of fuck.
Well,
Hey, did you
it's
find
because
that
I've lost
cool
balance. I don't have control. What do you think I'm saying?
Did you
Fuck.
get the hat?
Shut the fuck up. Fucking
Okay.
little kobold. Fuck.
Okay, in the middle of all this fear and terror, did you get the hat?
He's drawing out what he needs. As you guys are running, you're slipping and kind of frantically moving through. The panic is starting to set in. Everybody's feeling that unsettling kind of feeling in you. You're starting to feel a
Or
bit
anything
nervous.
else happens, I'm going to cast Bless on the three of us up here.
As you reach your hand out to cast that, you're not quite
Fucking
going to be
doing
able to
that to
cast
us.
it in time.
Come on, I wasn't running. It's while they're running.
You're not quite going to be able to cast it in time. As the entire U-boat quakes a little bit to the left, leans and starts listing to the right with a nice sharp kind of crunch against the ice. As everybody's ears ring again with that heavy pulse. I would like everybody to take a quick look to Windows to the world and in-game images and allow me to find said image. Let me see where I put it. Because I put it in the folder of relevant things.
This whole time I've been going through prayers in ancient Greek to anyone who would listen. Every god I can think of.
You see three kind of
Hey,
squid-like
hey,
tendrils.
No, there's only one.
Three squid-like tendrils make their way out through the hole,
I expect
gripping the
to see you at
sides.
church.
And then
It's Cthulhu.
what looks like a bit of a head with a sort of bird-like beak. And then the head looks more kind of dragon snake-like with a bird beak. There's tendrils kind of wriggling off the side. It's something weird until you see the dragon-like body, the wings grabbing with the little dew claws, grabbing the corners of the hole, and emerging out onto the battlefield.
Oh.
If everybody would roll me
How the fuck did that fit
initiative.
inside of that fucking tight ass motherfucker?
Oh, you fucker! I have initiative at disadvantage.
Same.
Oh wait, does that even work for?
Oh my god, I
Yes.
rolled a fucking.
I already rolled a
Max.
check, so at disadvantage, so I got rid of my disadvantage.
I have 3. Does it?
How did I roll a fail? Oh my god.
Mine is a 6.
Does
Oh, actually.
disadvantage apply to initiative?
How did that thing fit in that
If
fucking
you haven't rolled anything since that last notice, it will be at disadvantage.
I have a 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. Fuck you.
I have a 12.
You might have to change my order because the second one.
Yep. I got you.
I accidentally
Luckily,
rolled
that was my
my
only disadvantage.
artillery piece, so that's gonna be my character right now.
Oops. Yeah, we'll just take that as your character.
What?
Alright, let's.
It's not Mary, so get on the
What is that?
It's also supposed to be a 6 for me.
Oh, it's a 6 for you. Okay.
What is that?
There we go.
What is that, Peter? What is that?
But
Oh.
don't ask questions, just open fire.
Yeah, instead of a response, you just hear, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. over and over and over again.
Pretty much.
Alright, top of the turn order. Hachu,
I got first for once.
you are up, my friend.
Oh, I think it's way smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Things in range of my spell sniper, so thank God, because I'm not getting down there. I am not going down
I'm
there.
trying to Google what the fuck this thing is.
You've
They're
been
praying
told what it
people?
is.
Murder bird.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, the first thing that pops up is Void Dragon, but fuck.
Murder bird.
You know what? All right. In that case, let me make sure that is actually sniper.
It looked like something Wilhelm would taxidermy in his basement.
It looks like it's something I used to be friends with.
You know what? Let's make sure he gets that chance.
Hey,
Eldritch Blast!
maybe we can ask it nicely to leave.
Or is that like a roper?
You shouldn't have disadvantage because you did the Arcana check, which was your first roll.
Shouldn't be disadvantage.
Either way, it'd be a 10.
I
As
have
we take
some
the first roll.
other
Oh, whoops, it was.
Oh,
conceptual art here and historical art.
that's horrific. Thank you.
How'd you ask it to leave?
One of my favorite Germanic cryptids.
Oh, that's nice. You know, can I roll that again? I already did the disadvantage thing, and apparently I didn't
Yeah,
turn it off.
You can turn it off and roll again. I'll allow it.
Oh, that's.
It's not Jormungand. It's not Nidhogg.
Oh.
That probably didn't hit it.
You reach out your hand and poof! And it flies outwards and it sails past it and hits the side of the U-boat, narrowly missing.
Horse. Oh wait, I get to fire it twice, right?
You get to double tap. Pump, pump.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
It sails just past and over it. Perhaps it's the fear setting in, the uneasiness and the queasiness that you're feeling around it. Just looking at it is making your hands involuntarily shake a bit.
How'd you missed?
Don't tell me. I know.
Alright, just making sure you knew.
Anything else, Hachu?
No.
Okay.
Alright.
Now get to this. It will arch its wings, give a quick single hard flap downward, and sort of jump jet as its primary movement. Let me measure this out to make sure I am going the right distance. Okay, perfect. One big flap flies up about 30 feet in the air and descends back down almost like when a chicken will jump and try to fly. And lands on the ice skidding. You can see those claws that are now familiar to the deck and to the various bodies that you've seen before. You can see the tendrils are just wriggling and moving around. The beak is making snapping sounds aggressively. And it will focus its eye as an action on... honestly, who looks like the biggest threat here? No, I'm going to have it roll to figure that out.
What number are we assigned on the d6 you're rolling?
Its threat perception is not great, so it's going to leave it to random. I'm going to put it in the turn order 1 to 6. Father Troikov, it looks at you as its eye hard focuses. It seems to have a sort of sideways goat slit type of eye. As it goes razor thin, I would like you to make me a charisma save, please.
Oh god, it's looking this way.
Fuck.
Your next turn, you will unfortunately have to skip. Oh, as you take 6 psionic damage.
Ooh.
You are petrified with fear for the next turn.
Not fucking 6 HP. That's gonna be 26. Wow, just all that health I gained after fighting the giant thing. It's gone.
As it will then look over. Yeah, that'll be its first turn. Skipping Peter's first turn, because he is petrified as fear. Torn and Hachu, you see him just kind of drop to a knee and is kind of doing that same vacant glare downwards and kind of like holding his shoulder. Almost looks like he's on the verge of like a heart attack.
lying up on the like. I figured we were all crawled up like to the top of the ridge, like laying down.
Or if you're laying down, then yeah, you'd probably throw your hands to like the top of your head and you're just kind of like hunkering down in place, seeming to be pretty terrified. Nikos, we now get to you.
Me! I'm going to, let's see, get to there. Would I skid now that I'm on more like...
Once you're on solid
non-ice?
terrain, you're not skidding.
Alright. Then, let's see. I assume you're in range. Oh yeah, you're in range. I am also going to Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, that hits.
That
That's
hits.
some bullshit.
For 6 cold damage, okay.
And then I get 2 beams.
That second one
13.
goes wide and misses though, passes just
Damn.
over his shoulder.
Okay.
But he's a bird. He's weak to ice.
However,
rules.
you did hit him with that first hit as the beak gives 2 loud sort of clacks. The tendrils kind of wriggling around as it's got that sort of water impact mark. Having successfully hit it, everybody make me a charisma save.
Again?
Father Troikov at disadvantage.
Damn it.
Oh, I have disadvantage to that save.
Yep.
Motherfucker was almost at that 20. I saw it fly. I saw it roll back over.
7.
Nikos
I almost
passes,
want to turn
Leroy
off
passes.
the 3D dice.
If you want to, you can. Peter fails. Wilhelm passes. Hachu fails. Torn fails. It is aggressive. It is angry. But it is evident you can hurt it. However, the 3 of you that failed will suffer... Oh, lucky you. 1 psionic damage as the beak kind of caws open and lets out an ear-piercing sort of banshee-like shriek.
Yeah, I forgot to proclaim it, but of course, taking a stand.
Charisma is my best fucking stat too, and I'm still failing it.
Which stance?
Oh, we're gonna go with grapple this time. I have a feeling I'm gonna just be taking a lot of medium to not medium damage.
However, having shown that you can effectively hurt it, and it does in fact feel pain, let's continue. What else you got, Nikos?
That's all.
Alrighty. Let me pan on over here. Next up, Wilhelm.
Okay, with my last, second or first level, no, wait, sorry. My last second level spell, I'm going to cast Shatter. Basically right on him. So con save.
Okay, he has to make a con save.
Yeah.
Alright. Going to add... Do you guys want me to roll dice, or do you want me to use in-game dice? I'll leave this up to you guys.
I want
We
to
got
do
about
it.
an hour, Will.
Okay.
Rolling game. Let's
You're-
see the
You're
dice.
still free to listen.
Huh?
In-game dice? Alright.
Yeah, not that I don't trust you or anything, but I want to see the damage.
That's an 18.
That, let's see.
You
It
sure you
does
want
take
the in-game
half
dice?
damage.
Hmm?
So it does take half damage.
Alright. What is the damage that it takes?
So it will take 6 damage.
Alright. It lets out a little bit of a shriek and kind of ducks its head for a moment as one of its tendrils kind of wriggle in a little bit of a painful manner.
What about the ice below it?
The ice below it seems to be holding steady.
Oh.
Damn.
It does say Stone, Crystal, Metal have disadvantage on this. Oh no, that's a creature made of it. Never mind.
This creature is very much made out of flesh and fur. What else you got, Wilhelm?
That I'm gonna start moving. Basically, right there.
Alrighty.
And then my thing's still on my shoulder, so as I move, I'm just gonna drag it with me.
Sounds good. Torin! Little bubby child. You're up, man.
Panic fire. Luckily, you got all my disadvantage rolls out of the way with the almost charisma save.
Hell yeah.
Torin is gonna like glance over at Peter and just see him like not doing it, like basically catatonic, and you're just gonna hear like the that shrill, like strangled, closed mouth scream as he starts to fucking unload on it.
Alright. First burst hits, give me damage. Ooh, god damn.
Awesome. Oh yeah!
Give me that damage, holy
Is that
shit.
double?
That is doubled. When you click attack, it'll do the double. Yep.
And then a bonus action at disadvantage.
Bonus action at disadvantage. That hits as well. Give me damage. Torin, driven by fear that his, quite literally in the sense, father figure is petrified, shrieks out and just lets out a 15-round burst of hate. Just die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Let me add this up.
Dude, it's not even burst.
39.
It's full auto. There's no bursts. It's just
3 burst worth of full auto, just dot, 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 like 12 rounds solid. Let's see, 20, 39, 49, 56. Wow, okay.
I'm
And
mad.
you guys turned down the LMG in fucking Star Wars. Ah.
Mad.
Alright, yeah, Torin just lets off a long die motherfucker die sustained burst as all these rounds hit it. 2 of them hitting it upside the head, 2 of its tendrils falling to the ground, ripping a couple holes in its right wing, penetrating the torso and tail as it's shrieking out, the bird claws and feet kind of clattering on the ground as it tumbles a little bit in place. Oh, I love that you dealt this much damage. However, Torin, you need to make a charisma save.
oh no. Oh no, wait, does it? Oh no.
Having dealt more than 45 damage to it.
I forgot about one thing. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes.
So another 2 damage from my thing.
Ah, okay. Let me add that to it.
Yeah, he cast out of the machine gun a long time ago, didn't he?
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an arcane machine gun.
No, I cast that on Oh, did I do it to the machine gun?
Yeah.
I thought you did do it to the machine gun on the flight here.
Okay, yeah, that works.
We've been forgetting about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
an extra.
You guys
4
gotta
damage
keep
thing.
track of your buffs and bonuses.
I
but
thought
yeah.
that was on my pistol.
No.
Okay, so yeah, that is to the. It's a 4 damage to the machine gun then,
Okay.
because it's not halved.
Yeah, it's not halved, so... Okay. Torin dumping all this damage into it and then some as a little bit of magical oomph is behind it. As it's kind of scrambling and getting back to its 2 hind chicken legs, the eyeball focuses and looks right at you in response to dealing more than 45 damage. You don't roll quite high enough. You unfortunately will take 2 psychic damage as you are racked with fear. Your next turn will be at disadvantage. Anything you do will be at disadvantage.
I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that.
You are racked with fear for the moment as you feel a bit of a migraine. However, Leroy, there's a hell of gunfire, there is running, there is eldritch blasts flying across like catapults.
Let's see. I am too far to actively engage this creature.
I think you could
I'm
shoot
gonna
at it
move.
with your pistol from there.
Yeah. That's... My range is what, 30 feet?
With the pistol, no. Your pistol's range should be... Let me double check, actually.
It'd be similar to mine, right? 30-50 is fine.
1970 45 auto rim, 30-50, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 65 away from me.
Yeah,
so,
you're right. Alright, it's outside of your
So I'm going to
engageable.
use my movement to get onto dry land.
Very good.
What I will do is turn around and pop off a shot just to kind of add to the chaos. But I'm going to be down on one knee, steadying myself.
Even with the steady, that is an impressive shot for a pistol, so it will be at disadvantage.
Of course. It's not intended to hit, just to kind of add to the...
Man, I could totally make that shot.
Let me see, which one am I doing? It's been a while since I did combat, so I'm rolling this. Sorry.
So you tick
I
on
click
the
on the gun,
advantage,
right?
and then you just click on the gun. Yep.
So disadvantage gun.
Oh no, I that was an enhanced weapon is what I did for that one.
For the pistol, it was yeah, I think you enhanced the pistol, and then you gave the magic buff to the Bren because you guys liked using it against boxes and people in cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, a 16. Despite the distance, taking a knee and aiming in like a proper gentleman, looking like the Turkish Olympic pistol shooter guy recently, just kind of pop, fire one shot, roll me damage.
Oh, it's right there.
God damn, okay. Damn. Yeah, it shrieks out as a nice 45 hollow point round catches it and just fucking gives a nice little jolt as it shrieks out.
Let's see.
Anything else this turn,
from
Leroy?
there- Yeah, from there, because I did attack from range, my position is not revealed due to my sculptor feat. I'm assuming because of the snow rolling around. Sorry, is it clear or is there a bit of a haze or whatever?
It's clear.
It's
Clear enough
okay,
at least.
so
There's little wind gusts, but it's clear enough.
So there's not any cover, so I can't use sculptor for that.
Not at the moment, no.
Yep. Okay. Well then, yeah, that's it. That's all I can do at the moment.
Alrighty. Hachu, top of the turn order, back to you.
Oh boy, can't wait to miss again.
I need to put a scope on this fucking gun. I am fucking good.
A Scope's 1917 auto rim, that'd be cool.
Yes.
You can do
I mean,
it.
you could do it in fucking Tarkov, so.
True. Get him, Hachu.
We need to get you a 357 Magnum. Big, we gotta get you a big
I'm
iron.
looking at my freaking skills. And
454 Kasul auto. It's a 1911 that fires 454 Kasul.
I figure we leave him with a revolver. He's a revolver kind of man.
all right, well, I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on it.
Hey! Okay. However, what is the range to it currently?
Oh wait a minute, I just read that part.
Is he within 120 feet?
Let me see.
Damn, he is.
Depends on where
Okay.
you measure from.
He's right there.
Yeah, he's right at the edge of 120. Damn, you're fucking spell sniper. Okay. Alright, he's gotta make a wisdom saving throw. Let me,
Now you feel how I feel every time Trix does anything.
That's an 8. He fails. Yeah, you are at 6th level, so it's 2d8 or 2d12.
In this case, it will be 2d12 since he's missing hit points.
He is. So give me that 2d12.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, all right.
I believe I cast. This was a level 1, so not level 2. Was it level 2? No, it's a. Oh, it's a cantrip. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. The damage goes up as you get to higher levels. So this loud kind of death bell rings out as you see Hachu's eyes give a slight kind of greenish ring to him. And the thing just gets racked by the sound and knocked to its side for a moment. And seems to kind of wither and rot away a bit at the wings as it gets back up, staggering and clacking its beak and shouting. Anything else, Hachu?
Oh, I know damn well the pocket hammerless isn't gonna hit him from here, so. That'll be it.
Alright.
Unless I can, like, hunker down like you can in XCOM, but I don't know what that would, if that means anything.
You're already laying down, so you're already in partial cover.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, perfect. That'll work. Nice little single flap jump jet will land. Poof!
Oh, he's real close. Oh.
The two of you within the 30-foot radius. I want you to make me a disadvantage charisma save.
Oh,
Oh. And Leroy, disadvantage charisma save, please, good sir. Ooh. Nikos, you're gonna take double damage. Leroy, you just take regular damage.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Ow!
Nikos, you take 20. Leroy, you take 10 damage. As this thing
I roll
lands...
lucky against that.
Would you like to re-roll the damage?
Yeah, my feat allows me to re-roll.
Yep,
Or forced to re-roll
yeah.
an attack damage.
Alright, give me one moment.
Would that save Nikos from 20 as well?
Nikos, you take 10. Leroy,
Yeah.
you take 5.
Shit, you lucky.
As it
Alright,
lands...
No, I take 20 because I take double, right?
Nope, you only take 10.
rolled it.
So as it lands and hits the ground, it shrieks, and you feel like you should take more damage. And you see a little bit of that slight kind of VHS rewind haze around Leroy for a half moment, as you only take a bit of sort of fear and psychic damage. However,
Thank you, sir.
this thing is scaring the ever-living shit out of you. Just being next to it, you feel nauseous, you feel sickly, you do not feel good.
Can
As-
you have something out of turn? Oh, sorry, you go.
It is going to make a physical attack. Nikos, I need you to make a dex save to dodge it.
Oh, a dex save. Okay. I still have disadvantage on.
You do still have disadvantage on. Turn it off and re-roll.
Yeah. All right.
That way we can leave it fair into the dice. Oh, damn
Wow,
you.
it's the same.
It tries to reach its head out as the beak snaps and then opens up, and the tendrils try to reach out and grab you. Two of them manage to grab the edge of your shield, but you're able to spin it to the side, turn in place, and narrowly dodge the tendrils as they kind of rip off and try to grab at you. Roll me a perception check, Nikos.
Perception. Okay. Hey, let's go.
These tendrils match the size, the shape, the density, and despite looking kind of like octopus tendrils of sorts, are very, very dry. They cling via dry friction, almost like touching really cold ice and how it kind of friction freezes to it. And it connects in your head perfectly. Oh, this is how the people got twisted at multiple points apart. Dry friction tentacles. Good thing it didn't grab onto you. However, that is its turn. Peter, Fiona, Father Troikov. Good, Ilyich. I can never pronounce the middle one. Ilyich. It is your turn. God damn.
10.
Russian nuke inbound.
All right, I'm gonna run over here. Not dash, but you know, quickly move over here after being jarred back into reality by Torrent's scream.
Yeah.
I'm
My
gonna.
machine gun rounds in your ear.
Oh god,
Yep,
the tinnitus
not the
brought you
machine
back.
guns. The scream of you.
Torrent's scream brought him back from the brink.
I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna cast Bless on the 3 guys up close to the
Alrighty.
thing, and that has a range of 60 feet thanks to Spell Sniper, so all 3 of them can be got, and it gives them an additional D4 on any saving throws for the next minute.
Damn. Okay. Additional
What the
D4 on
fuck?
any saving throws.
Oh, will you stop your turd?
Anything else, Father Troiko?
Nope, because I can't actually. I can make an offhand attack from here, can I?
You can indeed. You just don't get to add your proficiency bonus to it. You don't have to roll it at disadvantage.
Let me take disadvantage off.
Yeah. And then you just -3 from the roll.
13 doesn't hit, does it?
It misses just barely as it hits the ice next to it and cracks into the ground. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Alright. Nikos, you are up.
Alright. So, am I close enough to it that it'll get a opportunity attack if
It will indeed.
Okay, then. In that case...
Will you stop?
Bah!
You go to stab at it with your spear. I'm gonna leave this to a dex save on its part.
Will you stop?
Oh. You go to thrust at it with the spear, and as you reach the max extent of the lunge, it reaches its head back, bites the beak down, and rips the spear out of your hand, tossing it off away, skidding across the ice, landing somewhere over here.
Okay. Bonus action. And teleport it back to me.
Recall spear, back in hand, okay.
Then, I'd like to proceed with my extra attack.
Alright, thrust
Oh,
at him
that's
again
great.
with the spear once more. God, I love that you have the spear
That's
recall. Ooh, that's a
better.
hit. That's a hit.
Uno reverse.
By the way, Leroy Nikos, have you
Much
been taking
better.
off that 5 temporary hit points first?
Yeah,
I did,
I
yes.
have. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
You give a nice, adequate Spartan thrust and stab it right center of the chest as it shrieks out, waving its head side to side. And you withdraw the spear back out of it and draw behind cover of your shield. What else would you like to do?
I would like to use my
Bonus action.
action surge.
Oh, action surge. Okay. You have 2 more attacks or another action. That hits. Give me damage. That hits as well. Give me damage. Oh.
Come on, Pantheon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Get him, baby, Nikos. Damn, with just 3 repetitive spear thrust, another stab, just repeatedly jabbing into this thing with like piston precision. It will keel back a little bit. Allow me to shift the music as you have hit a checkpoint.
Checkpoint?
Oh no, it has a second health bar.
You have now hit stage 2 of the fight.
It has a second health bar.
That first health bar was like 100 something health.
However, everybody give me a insight roll.
Would that be a disadvantage for me?
Yep. Hey. Alright, Leroy, Peter, Nikos, Wilhelm, Torn. Who else are we missing? There's Hachu. Hachu, you don't quite notice it. Everybody else, you do notice it. There is a slight tremor of defensiveness from it. It is being protective. You could almost say, in Starship Troopers fashion, it's afraid!
Wait, do I notice this?
You notice this. Unfortunately, everybody but Hachu, your next attack can be made with advantage as you realize it is now in the defensive.
Does that even out?
Be afraid.
Does that even
Question.
out? Yep, it does.
If our attack requires a saving throw, is that saving throw made with disadvantage?
Only attacks that require a roll from you.
Okay.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my
Alright, Nikos.
I have
Anything else
done-
for your turn?
Nope, I am all out of all my
Alright.
things.
You're ready up in front of it, shield ready, stab the shit out of it, and you guys realize it is now in the defensive. It is hurting. Wilhelm, press the attack.
Are you basically gonna be under its wing? No, that's right. That's right. And my
You're
thing is still
beside it,
with me.
roughly. Alright,
My thing is still with me.
cool,
It's
cool.
on my shoulders, so that's why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do, because I'm pretty sure you guys are out of range right now. I'll double check the range thing real quick.
Please double check the range. It's a
I- the
50-foot
range?
cube. The range.
We're good.
Oh yeah, you're good. All
So
right.
it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
A con save, huh?
Mm-hmm.
13.
No.
Ooh,
It
okay.
takes full damage of this. That's 8 damage,
Okay.
and it is pushed 10 feet away from me.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity from our two guys standing where it's about to be
No,
pushed
because
into?
it moves into their threatening spire.
It's pushed into them, it seems. So
I thought they were already, like, if it tried to move away, I thought they were still close enough for an attack of opportunity. Or no? I'm not quite sure how
You
attack
are-
of
if
only
opportunity
if it
works. so-
leaves. Only if you leave their attack range. It's being moved 10 feet, so basically on top of them, unfortunately. So 5, 10. Yeah, it's up in your shit,
Last
Leroy.
over right here.
Oh boy.
You have
That's
a pistol in its mouth, say a
Don't worry,
one-liner,
I-
and pull
I
the trigger.
actually, if it's still alive when it's my turn, I actually have a plan. So
Odd. But yeah, it gets pushed up into your face very close by this thunder wave that makes it rack out in like a loud shrieking terror.
Question. I
Yes.
know so my cannon being a part of me, does it get the advantage on its attack? Oh, actually, it won't matter because it's not an attack.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an it's not an attack roll. It's also a save.
Yep.
Next thing is going to be bonus action, flamethrower.
Alright, let me make a dex save. Hopefully, Leroy don't take none of this.
What's that?
Hopefully Leroy doesn't take any of this damage.
Roy's out of range, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a 17. I think he passes and takes half of that, so he'll take 5 damage.
Okay.
what, I'll take 5 damage.
You won't. You're outside of the range of the flamethrower, thankfully.
Besides, I'd say the creature shields him anyway.
That too.
It's so big.
And then
Well, the creature's in the air, right? So it's still.
No, it's on the ground.
Oh.
Just got stumbled all up in your grill, and now it's being literally grilled. Does anyone smell calamari?
I thought that was chicken. Yeah, you can tell him, baby.
That's the sound coming from the Snellergeist. Baby noises.
We're
I
gonna call the baby Snally. from
Anything
now
else,
on.
Wilhelm?
I got Wiggly Guy on me right now.
Was gonna
I
say.
think that might be it.
All right. There's an action and a bonus action. You did your movement, so.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
All right.
Ah,
Torin, you are up, good sir.
I need to preface this with I'm playing a character.
Yes.
I don't. So this is what's gonna happen. Torin is going to leave the Bryn where it lies and dash run down the hill, like screaming like.
Bumbling, stumbling, tumbling, touchdown.
70 feet to there.
Oh my God. Okay.
And he's gonna shout out it in deep speak.
Ooh.
Wait! We don't have to do this!
I know what he's saying, so if I can hear him anyways.
Hashu can hear it and understand it.
Like, huh?
Roll me a persuasion roll, Torin.
With advantage.
Yeah. Because you did notice he's on the retreat. This is your next roll, so it is advantage. Huh. Alright, let me roll charisma.
Do not tell me this thing's gonna get rizzed by a kobold.
It's been tortured by the Germans its whole life. It's probably learned to hate.
Man, I don't think this got tortured by anybody. Look at the crew.
It
They had it in the
turns,
cage.
looks at you, clacks its beak twice, shrieks out, and is going to turn and try to fly away and flee from you.
Flee?
All four of you will get one attack of opportunity.
Torin's not gonna take it.
Alright.
Are you gonna tell them ahead of time not to do anything, or are you just gonna?
No, he's not saying anything. He's in his own fucking.
really?
Leroy,
I think
unfortunately, that doesn't hit. Wilhelm, that does hit, as you put one round of your Luger into him. Nikos, unfortunately, you can't stab him as he flies off. Where's the damage for Wilhelm? 2 damage, okay.
Damage. It was very measly.
So you both take a shot at it and try to take a stab. It all misses, but the pistol does hit, but it passes through like a soft part of the wing, as it will continue jumping and moving away over to here, before it will turn, raise up on its sort of hind-like chicken legs, and let out a loud shrieking terror. It is now doubly on the defensive, but it seems to be breaking. Torin, what else would you like to do, good sir?
I'm out of movement. Torin's just gonna stand there fucking limp-shouldered, just like, ah.
Alright. Leroy, bottom of the turn order, you are up, good sir.
Well, this is different than what I was expecting for, but
Buddy. Fine.
so here's what. Here's what I'm gonna do then, since I'm probably the best target of opportunity. Should the creature decide to lunge,
You're gonna run the fuck away.
I am going to expend a smoke grenade, which I am actually carrying.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw a smoke grenade, which is going to give me an amount of coverage for Skulker, lightly obscured area, and I'm going to shoot at the looming creature that I can see through the smoke.
So you throw a smoke grenade at your feet?
Yep.
Alright, let me draw a little poof cloud that rises up around you like a ninja. And you'll raise your pistol up. Give me your attack. Now that you got Skulker on. Ooh. So Skulker means they just can't tell where it came from, correct?
Yeah, so basically a ranged weapon attack doesn't reveal your position, and I have a
Gotcha.
possibility to hide.
Okay. You kind of aim up and try to take a shot. Unfortunately, it does miss, but it is so frantic, and with the smoke now going up too, it's got no idea where to look for that.
Right. Do I still have a bonus action, or is that everything?
You do still have a bonus action.
Alright, I'm gonna fire again.
Alright. Just -3 from the roll. So just make the regular attack, and we'll just
you need me to
mentally.
do disadvantage.
No, just roll the regular attack. You just -3 from it because you don't get your proficiency.
I'm tired, I know.
Right.
Ooh, that hits. Give me damage. All right. Another round hits it as it cripples over, shrieking and flailing around, its tendrils gripping at whatever it can and wrapping around its head, its eyes starting to dart side to side. This is the first time it seems it has had actual, legitimate opposition, let alone somehow intimidating opposition. Hachu, top of the turn order, you are up.
Hang on.
We're gonna, since the last one.
Oh,
worked
did you
really
have
well
something
for
else,
me.
Leroy?
No, I'm double checking something before
Oh,
I say
okay.
I'm good.
Ollie, stop it. Stop it.
No.
Stop it. Get some help.
Put him down. Body slam him into the Beanie Baby.
Hachu, I heard
Okay,
you
yeah,
giggling
I'm good.
over there.
I'm good. It's something I should have checked beforehand.
I know you're thinking about that hat.
Oh God.
All right, we're
Well, I
good.
mean, he's still in range anyways, so.
You're good. I am good.
Alrighty. Hachu, you are up. Ah. Come at me, you Teletubby son.
Yeah, still 100, still in range.
You're still in
so,
range.
Up these nuts.
Still in range. Here we go.
Pump.
I
Shot over.
I could change the level of the cantrip, right?
Shot out.
So if I were to cast it at like a level 2 cantrip, would that?
That usually means it'll just do higher damage, or it'll take a level 2 spell slot. It's based upon what spell it is you're upcasting.
I'm casting Toll of the Dead.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that'll take a level 2 spell slot then. But feel free to click it.
Oh, if I take up the spell slot, it won't actually upgrade any of the damage to it, will it?
No, we just gotta mentally do it.
Alright, and in that case, yeah, it needs to succeed a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, let me
First.
roll wisdom. Oh, yeah. Give me that 2d12.
$17. Listen. Should have used this fucking spell from the start.
Damn! It cripples and falls to the ground. It is rotting. Its tendrils are falling off. Its lower half of its beak is starting to unhinge. The wings are starting to unfurl and cripple at the joints. It is on the brink as it is about to go fucking postal. What else do you got?
I don't think I have any. I still don't think I have any spells I can use offhand. So,
Alrighty. Any offhand attacks you want to try to make, or?
no.
Alrighty. We pass to the Snellergeist, who's gonna turn. And let me measure this.
Torin is making intense eye contact.
Good. Can I angle it to hit everybody? I can indeed! Haha!
Uh-oh.
All 4 of you, make me a dex save, if you would, please.
Remember, everyone except Torin gets to add the
D4.
1d4 on top of it.
Oh yes, that's right.
So roll your deck save, and then you can roll a D4. That was the bless that he gave everybody. He didn't give it to you because he didn't know you were going to be down there.
I can only give it to 3 people at a time
Oh
anyway.
yeah, right.
2 extra.
Hey.
I got 15.
Roy's deck save is a 11. You got a 15. Wilhelm, deck save, please. And Torin.
Torin is not going to make a deck save.
You're not going to?
No, he's just gonna stand
Okay.
Man, this
And-
boy's a little stupid sometimes, you know?
We need Wilhelm here to...
Trying to intimidate the monster again.
He's not trying to intimidate it. He's trying to understand it.
Hey, you can't ride this one like you did the nun.
Oh my god. Hey,
Don't put it past the little bard.
he has come to
Kobold
the
thing.
realization that this creature was once in human possession and locked in a cage.
Man, I don't think it gives a fuck about being locked in a cage. Look what it did to those people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
apologize. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. I rolled a deck save for you. If you want to add a D4 to it, you may.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
Because you got the bless if you want to add it to it.
Look, I'm pointing out a character's rationale. I'm not saying it's a good one.
I know, I'm agreeing with you that it's not a good one.
Okay. So Wilhelm, as it turns, it flaps its wings one last time, literally so hard that you see, because of the necrotic melting damage it's taking, one of the hinges and the shoulder joints break under the force as it lunges forward, tendrils fully outward and going sideways, beak open and extended, and its claws lunging out forwards. Wilhelm, you dive off to the side where you will be able to avoid it. Nikos, you will take half damage. Leroy, you will take half damage. No,
Which is
Nikos,
worse.
you will take half. Leroy, you will take full damage. And Torin, you will take full damage.
What is full damage?
I'm about to roll it now. Stand by.
Gracious, buddy.
Wow, phenomenally low.
What? Oh, those are D10s. Oh my god.
You will take 8 bludgeoning, the two of you. However, Nikos, you will take 4 bludgeoning. As all of you, except for Torn, who decides to sit there and take it for some reason. But Nikos, you kind of dive off to the side and roll with your shield. Leroy, you drop to the ground and dodge, getting nicked on the back. As it flies, lunging straight forward, grabbing onto you, Torin, smacking the others, knocking you into the ice and the dirt, grabbing you in its claw, and will drag you through the dirt, killing itself in the process as it will fall on top of you, fully burying you into the snow and dirt. As its one last HP is gone. Hachu, you were 1 HP short of killing it.
Of course I was.
Damn.
I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing on everyone, and apparently I've been forgetting this whole time, but I can add 2 HP to every
You can
one of these healing
indeed.
rolls.
And healing yourself.
No, that's 18 for everyone.
Everybody regains 18 HP, including you, Torn. However, you are buried under very dry, grippy tentacles and bloody purple fur and dragon hide that is kind of
So,
slowly crushing you a little.
if I get 18 HP, does that mean my grand total is 43 instead of 33?
No, it just goes up to your max.
I feel cheated. I want that.
I'm gonna,
position.
after doing that, now that I guess combat's over and we're out of turn sequence, I'm gonna run over to where Torin was, and I'm gonna take this shovel and I'm gonna start digging in the tentacles for him.
Quickly, get the mango out the ground.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Mangoes are not a root vegetable. It's the title for this episode.
Get you out of the corpse.
Mangoes are not a root vegetable.
You manage to undig him a bit and pull Torn out from underneath it as you're all able to recoil back from it. The necrotic damage is still taking effect as it is slowly kind of degrading into the snow and sand. The warmth that is leaving it is causing it to sink a bit more into the ice.
I'm going to pull out my saber, go over to it, grab it by its tentacles, and start hacking its head off.
Give me strength.
I'm gonna try and take a fresh tentacle to cut off.
All right, roll me strength as well.
I hand you one.
I'm gonna
what
turn
you
to
get
Torin and I'm gonna say,
hell.
you are right. He does want it for taxidermy.
Nope.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's just that didn't. Something about that felt wrong.
As you say that, Nikos grabs one of the long tentacles, and what you realize is it's like a dry sticky. Even with a completely open hand, it's like dry sticking to you. All surfaces of these tendrils are just dry, limp pool noodles. So it's really hard to get it off your hand, but you now have a dry stick pool noodle. Wilhelm, you're trying to hack behind the head, and you're realizing some of the hide and some of the, under the various patches of fur is thick, almost dragon hide, as you're trying to hack at it, and you just can't cut through it.
Okay. Then, what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to give up on that and be like, fine. I'm actually going to go, while I have its head in my hands, I'm going to try to, I think I'm going to not use my saber. I'm going to pull out some of my...
He's gonna bring in his whole engineering
I
kit.
don't know what type of tools you want me to use, but I have wood covers, poisoner's kit, smith's tools, tinker's tools, thieves' tools,
You can
and leatherwork
use
tools.
a combination of like pliers and a saw and other stuff to kind of work at it. So yeah, feel free to just roll me one of the toolkit checks. Perhaps woodworking
Well, I was going
tools.
to pull its eye out.
Oh, you're trying to remove the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sleight of hand.
I guess
It's
it's
the
online.
eye of the snally. It's the
Well, Soren, I can yeah, let you talk to it again if you want.
yeah.
As you say that, he scoops a bit of a blade underneath, and the eye comes out. It's not eyeball squishy. This has malleability, but the density and the like outer shell strength of almost kind of like a pearl. It's like a very kind of squishable pearl.
Very interesting. Nikos, can you grab another tentacle for me?
All right. You want another strength?
Give me another strength. Yep.
It doesn't have to be that much. You can just do a little bit of it.
You're trying to cut another one, and it's kind of hard to get at it. It's sticking to you. It's sticking to the blade. You can't quite get another tendril off.
Alright.
Fine, then I'll try. I'm gonna use wood carver's tools because they're all the same proficiency.
All right.
Would my
Oh, actually,
artificer tools be of any use here?
I take
Or
it back.
artisan's tools.
They might be, but the 12 is enough to start working at it and sawing, and eventually you're able to get about half of another tentacle cut off and in hand.
Oh, that's actually a 15 because my tools now have that extra proficiency
Oh,
bonus.
yep, you do. Okay, yeah. With the 15 then, you're able to cut off nearly a full tentacle with a nice swift... you now
Are the
got two of them.
talons of any value? Or teeth? Talons
Give
or teeth?
me... there's no teeth on it, really, despite what some of the models show. Give me insight. God, as you guys just butcher this fucking thing. The talons could probably be used for something. Considering they have been able to cut through ship bulkhead at about half an inch thick. Yeah.
All right.
So-
Can I go ahead and retrieve a talon?
Give me strength to try to cut through the kind of chitinous fiber of the chicken leg.
I know y'all want to really cut this thing up, but how are we gonna fit that on the plane?
You got a bag of holding?
I, for one, do not want to see anything of this ever again.
We'll just put it on the sled.
What
As you're
did
kind
you?
of breaking off
it
at
under-
it, you get one of the claws to snap off.
Sweet.
By the way, Luke, when you get a second, look at all my tool proficiencies on my character sheet.
I will.
Oh, this is a Snallygaster, huh?
Schnellergeist or Snallygaster? Yep.
Oh, come on, it looks like this and it's called a Snallygaster. Are you fucking serious?
Came out in medieval times.
I hate Germans.
Funny thing
It
was,
came
I was
out in the
looking
medieval
at-
times, with the German monster update.
The funny thing is, I was looking at Germanic, cryptids, and I'm like, I'm not finding anything. But then I just reverse image search, and I'm like, this thing has more of a presence in American German immigrant folklore than it does.
It
German.
does have some history to the Black Forest, specifically the more Dutch-like area. It'd fly at treetop level, and it would specifically, using its tentacles, quite literally eviscerate and rip your soul from you. It was a story of don't wander off the paths, you'll get lost. Just like if you don't brush your teeth, the ball fairy steals your left nut. Well, if you walk off the path in the Black Forest, the Snellygaster will literally rip your soul out of your body violently. Germans are fun. Luckily, it never got close enough to actually grapple with any of you guys. Also,
Except
Peter,
for him.
you did unfortunately fail the perception check to realize that when you were trying to bless all of the eviscerated bodies, there was no soul to bless or keepsake, as it had been quite literally destroyed.
Ah.
So if it got into melee range, this is you die to this thing, you are not resurrectable. You are quite literally permadead in all ways, shapes, and forms.
Rough.
But you guys brought down a Schnellergeist, so, holy shit. So now kind of looking it over as you're all standing by, you look, and you all kind of come to the realization, there's a U-boat there still.
Not really usable anymore, unfortunately.
And I think we're out of space on the plane.
Well, we're not fitting that U-boat on the plane, so sorry guys.
Maybe we could strap it to the bottom.
I do not think the plane has enough horsepower.
Well, I don't know much about engines, but I don't think that plane can carry that.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the crew or the rest of the company and Wilhelm and say we did pull some maps out of the hull of that U-boat there, and there's quite a few interesting marks on those maps. Perhaps we can pass this along to our higher ups when we get back, and they can come retrieve whatever's left of value.
Well, I suppose.
That sounds handy.
I suppose
The sub should. Well, actually, never mind. We have a crewman who can tell the Germans what happened to their submarine.
What's up, Tor?
He was just gonna say, I suppose.
suppose we can go look inside in a more safe manner now. Perhaps I can acquire the captain's hat.
And that'll be your compensation for trying to talk down that thing. I can understand that,
What did you say
Is
to
that
it?
what you were saying?
I just said stop. We don't have to do this.
I think the talking it down went out the window whenever it tried to devour us.
I'm not sure how to feel about this right now.
Don't think he was intelligent enough to really understand that. Just kill or maim things, and oh no, these guys are strong. I don't think it had really any actual intelligence.
I'm not sure.
Besides, I do not think this is the kind of thing that we should just leave out in the belt, even if it is on Antarctica.
My spells can dissolve it. If y'all wanna start looking for stuff in that thing, I'll dispose of this creature.
I'm going to head back to the plane and check on the crewman, see if he's recovered somewhat now.
For now, we will pause this session as it seems we'll have a bit of cleanup to do, be it checking on the plane, acquiring cargo, more thoroughly inspecting the inside of the U-boat, and perhaps how you guys decide to scuttle it. However, I don't often do this, but I'm going to. Torin and Hachu, both of you give yourselves an inspiration point to use at a later point in time.
Ooh. I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Let's say, how do those work?
The way I use inspiration points means you get a automatic pass on one thing.
Oh.
Time to never use it ever.
I'm not gonna fucking use them until I actually
Reason
need
being,
it.
Hachu, you nearly killed it, and you were also the one that pushed it over the every tier in its threshold. It had 3 different stages. You pushed it over in all 3 stages and knocked it down to 1 HP. Torin intimidated it, at least you think, and also managed to dump that 50 some odd damage in a single angry burst, which literally pushed it all the way through the first into the second phase.
Dude, those dice rolls were fucking insane.
That was mean.
Yeah, those are good.
It was just
That
6
machine gun
solid
was
rolls.
fire.
That Bren is great. I'm
It's
glad
awesome,
you guys
but it
kept
has
it.
to hit. It has to
You're gonna
hit.
be joining us for the Arma game,
Please do.
Torn. It's gonna be fun.
I know it's gonna be fun.